na deployed is for Android lang. So, but we are working on it. But so yeah, so this is our homepage and taskbar. As you can see, we also have, in total, we have 7 modules deployed. If you can see the screen, we have e-government, city hall services, tourism, local products, health, report and issue, and of course, SOS. So si SOS, nasa main taskbar siya since of course, when we were doing the research for SOS, if magre-report ka ng issue, you wanted it in a way na hindi ka na magna-navigate throughout the app. Kasi if you are a person, you're panicking, hindi mo alam kung sino tatawagan mo, we wanted it in a way na 2 clicks lang, you can actually connect yourself to the city command. Okay, so this is our, some of the modules. This is e-government, city hall services. At the same time, there's also the tourism. Let me play the tourism. Tourism. So yeah, for here, the tourism part, we also talked to the tourism office. They wanted na to publicize their own itinerary kasi nag-develop sila ng sarili nilang itinerary. So they wanted to be publicized na, okay, if a tourist wants a gastronomical type of experience, they can actually follow this list of tourist spots they can go to. And after that, they can also leave a review. Same as parang Grab. Alright, so aside from that, if you can see the last one, local products, this is actually also one that we actually highlight the most. If you can see local products, this is actually a local e-commerce platform. So in Lungsod, we don't want to create a specific module na kapag nandyan na siya, in place na siya, ayaw na namin siya i-replicate kasi that would be counterproductive. So what we do, we collaborate with all of the possible DOST projects, even though hindi rin sila DOST, as long as they want to be part of our platform, we're willing to accept them. So yeah, we are all open for collaborations kasi at the end of the day, we wanted na kung ano yung goal, hindi ng isang app or ng isang product, hindi na siya i-duplicate kasi mahirap na siyang, nagiging moot na yung point niya. Okay, so that was our local products module. We collaborated with a certain entity that I will also talk about later. Okay, next, please. We also have health, which is a health module. Ito actually, we only publicize which is the nearest health facility near your place. And aside from that, yeah, we have also tackled the report and issue and the emergency module. So for the crowning glory of emergency module, ito, medyo proud kami siya in a sense na we wanted the app to be inclusive. So when we say inclusive, ano ba ibig sabihin ng inclusive, Ma'am Kate? Ibig sabihin nun, kuwari, ikaw ay isang person na you cannot use your God-given skills. Like, if hindi mo kayang magsalita, or hindi mo kaya, or pipi ka in general, we wanted it in a way na makakapag-report ka pa rin ng emergency mo. So we included a chat feature for them, aside dun sa call. Okay, so next tayo. Okay, so of course, since research project tayo, no, so kailangan talaga natin magbigay ng some type of research for them. And as what I've been telling, we were dealing with a lot of data for the Iloilo City. So what we wanted to do, we conducted a lot of spatial analysis for them. So this is one of them. This is like a site suitability analysis of evacuation center. Sinasabi lang nito is kapag yung mga naka-in-place ba na evacuation center sa Iloilo City, talagang doon ba dapat siya nakalagay? Or is it efficient enough? Kasi baka binabaha din yung evacuation center mo. So, anong sense nun, di ba? So, we actually identified some na hindi na siya pwedeng kasi evacuation center siya tapos binabaha. So aside from that, we also did a forecasting of population of Iloilo City. We had the population data as well. So ito, sinasabi niya lang na if you have a specific trend of population in 10 or 20 years, what would be the population growth on that specific barangay or that specific district? You also have the urban sprawl analysis. Same din to. When we say urban sprawl, it means yung paglaki or pag-scatter ng mga built-ups mo in that area, in few years, ano na ba yung magiging mga land cover changes natin. And we also, of course, background lang din, when we did Project Lungsod, it was a pandemic project. So we did this as an economic assessment kung ano ba yung types of businesses na nag-close nung time ng pandemic. So luckily for us, we were able to have this data and we were able to map out kung ano yung mga barangays na marami nag-close na businesses nun, tsaka kung anong type of business yung nag-close nun. And aside from that, we also have the crime hotspot analysis and, of course, the model simulations. Okay. So, of course, when we did the project, it's not just yung parang overnight lang na ginagawa natin, no? So, this was months and months of talking with a lot of people. So, this is one of our consultations with the Iloilo City, since mahirap to kasi bawal pa mag-field work, bawal umalis, bawal lumipad, bawal mag-travel. So when we conducted the consultation with each of the city offices, we did it online. So of course, since hindi naman tayo maalam lahat, no? Of course, kung LGU officer ka din, hindi mo rin alam yung Smart City, we also did a webinar as an introduction of what Smart City is. This is part of, educating our stakeholders kasi sila yung gagamit ng product, di ba? Of course, a lot of workshop series. And of course, when the restrictions were okay na, hindi na pwede tayo mag-travel, we were able to meet the mayor and all of the city leaders as well. And of course, as part of our capacity building, of course, para sa kanino ba yung product, diba? So we have to make sure na yung tao na gagamit ng product natin ay very well trained. So we conducted a lot of basic training for our people there. So we also created a lot of modules for them that they can follow through even though tapos na, diba? Pwede na lang balik-balikan lang. Of course, a part of it, we also did an advanced part since yung kanina is basic. And of course, as what we all been talking about, we have to have policies in place. So, bakit important yung policies, no? Important yung policy kasi we have to make sure that once the developers of the product is no longer there, we have to make sure na sustainable yung product, as in magagamit ng tao. And in the long run, hindi na kami kailangan nung mga tao. Ouch. But yeah, I mean, in a long run, it's more sustainable on their end. And of course, there's a lot of trainings. We also conducted a UAV training for them. When we say UAV, yung papalipad ka ng drone. Tapos from there on, they can have their own data layers that they can integrate in their digital twin. Yung kanina pinakita natin. Of course, the workshops, the policy development as well. And of course, target testing and pilot testing. Ito naman, we did this, it's because, of course, pag nagde-develop ka ng app, di ba? Pag developers ka, pag ikaw yung developer rather, hindi mo alam kung yung product mo ba ay sa tingin mo sa mata mo okay na. Pero what if sa other eye ng ibang tao, hindi pala okay yung design ng app mo, di ba? So we conduct a lot of pilot testings so that we can not perfect but fit the app in such a way na they can use it easily and it's very user-friendly. Alright. So of course, in Project Lungsod, we have to make sure na we raise awareness on smart cities. So here's our project leader, Dr. Jack Sarmento. So he did a lot of talks and webinars in terms of raising awareness on smarter cities. We also had a partnership with DOST 6. Ito helpful siya to know kung ano yung mga ongoing projects that we can actually integrate in our system as well. We also did the YFI, which is what I talked about, the local products module. So actually, yung app na yun, sa kanila talaga yun. Sila yung nag-develop nun, and for our agreement, we agreed na i-integrate na lang namin yung app nila kasi it's much better than that instead of developing a new one. And of course, we also did a Smart Metro Workshop training series. So for here, actually, when we were doing a lot of trainings and a lot of engagement with Iloilo City noon, medyo naging interested na rin yung surrounding municipalities nila sa city. So what they did, we actually held a workshop and training series. Ito naman kasama na yung mga iba nating municipalities aside from Iloilo City. we had Pavia, Oton, San Miguel, Santa Barbara, Cabatuan, Leganes, and Guimaras Island. And yeah, of course, we have to have policies. We actually, gusto ko i-reiterate to kasi we can, as researchers, we can develop as many products as we can, but if we don't have policies in place, baliwala lang yung research natin. So, for here, we actually narrowed down a few of the policies we had. So we have this RDC 6 Resolution number 76 series, which is more of access to data. This one, this is actually an executive order signed by Mayor Triaños itself. It just says na meron tayong technical working group na nag-work mismo for Project Lungsod. So sila yung main person or main group of people na magiging point person natin pag iniwanan natin sa kanila yung systems. We also have the Senate House Bill, which is more focused on the Smart Philippines Act. And yep, that's it. So aside from that, ito naman, when we say patents or IP, this is more of protection for us researchers. Kasi aside from that, sige, gawa tayo ng product, but if we don't have patents in place, tayo yung kawawa. Kasi mahirap na other people can assume and other people can file na, kami yung nauna dito, when in fact, kayo naman. So, for us researchers, hindi naman ata siya new thing with us. We have to file our patents and IPs. Alright. So, okay, for here po, before I end my presentation, I would just like you to watch a short accomplishment video prepared by Project Lungsod. This encapsulates everything that we did for the past 2 years, and I hope you enjoy. Alright po, sige po. Okay. Sabi po nila, sir, yung first video po muna, no? Alright po. Here?
Endless possibilities. Imagine. In the world of endless possibilities, imagine telling stories without having to go outside the city. Now imagine bringing business into the palm of your hand. Imagine building spaces amidst comfort and security. Imagine living limitless. And imagine digitally owned solutions at your fingertips. Now imagine Iloilo City, a prime pilot area for innovative solutions as a smart city, one of the very first engagements of this kind in the Philippines. Driven by emerging technologies of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and geospatial solutions, we present Lungsod, a linked up of geomatics and social science research for the development of Smart Cities project. We share your vision of making Iloilo City a premier smart city, not only in the region, but also in the entire country and beyond. We add value to Iloilo City's Eye Care Center and support the revitalization of local economy by providing geo-ICT solutions for businesses, tourism, governance, and social services. This is Project Lungsod, and you can be part of the change. Connect with culture, connect with nature, connect with business, connect with safety, connect with fun, connect with us. Lungsod, change the way we look at cities.
Ayan. So medyo na-delay lang. Alright, so medyo po nagka-technical issues tayo, but if you are interested to know more about us, we have our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our Instagram page, and of course, all of the videos that were shown in our screens. It's all available in Lungsod Systems. Thank you very much, and I hope everyone is okay and all fed. So yeah, thank you po.
Thank you so much, Engineer Cabello. Now for your questions regarding her topic, you may directly go to her and ask your questions, or you may opt to visit their booth situated at the back. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the DOST Regional Office 12 Regional Director, Engineer Sammy P. Malawan. Sir? At this moment, to discuss to us the topic about the latest technologies for weather real-time monitoring, he is the Chief Meteorological Officer of the Buayan Malungon River Basin Flood Forecasting and Warning Center of the DOST Pag-asa. Please help me welcome Engineer Jaymar L. Artigas. A round of applause, please. May I remind our speakers to please follow po the 20 minutes presentation. Thank you so much.
Anyway, Assalamualaikum. Mayang hapon, magandang hapon po sa lahat, no? So, I think parang masarap matulog, no? Ngayong oras. Natapat pa yung lecture natin, no? Parang nag-lecture tayo eh. Natapat pa sa holy hour, no? Mag-aalas 2 na yata or mahigit, no? So, anyway, I would like to take this opportunity, no, to thank, no, and express my gratitude to the DOST Regional Director, Engineer P. Sammy Malawan, no, ng DOST 12, sir. Magandang hapon po. So, presence na po si sir. At with his staff, no, sa office, sa buong Region 12. Since Region 12 DOST is our primary partners, no, dito sa Region 12 kasi I am operating, no, sa buong Sorsogon region. At the same time, ito po yung aking area of responsibility, no, when it comes sa deployment of devices. At the same time, monitoring na rin, no, para sa mga events, no, meteorological events. At the same time, I would like to also to thank, no, the provincial LGU of Sultan Kudarat, no, for accommodating us with hospitality, no. Alam naman natin pag Ilonggo at Ilongga, so malumanay, no, at malambing, no, at they are accommodating to everybody, lalo na sa mga speakers, no. So all in all, maraming salamat po sa pag-imbita sa atin, no, dito sa RSTW. Then I am honored, no, na to share my ideas, knowledge, no, at the same time experiences. And our initiative also, no, in the services, no, of meteorological and hydrological services in the Philippines. So anyway, so in behalf to our regional director, no, Sir Anthony Joseph R. Lucero, the Weather Services Chief of Mindanao Pag-asa Regional Services Division. So I'm representing, no, and I'm discussing today and our topic, no, itong ating latest technologies for weather real-time monitoring. So napakaakma po nito sa ating tema, no, sa ating nationwide team, no, ngayong we are celebrating the RSTW, no, dito po sa Soc Sargent Region. Anyway, so pangalan ko nandiyan naman po, Engineer J. Martigas po, no, CMO ng Buwayan Malungon River Basin. So hoping na this would be a enlightenment to us, at the same time interesting, no, yung topic natin, no, when it comes sa meteorology and hydrology. So to start with my presentation, so sa lahat ng mga estudyante, kasi maraming estudyante dito alam ba natin yung acronym ng PAGASA? Students, above there, alam acronym ng PAGASA? Baka hindi PAGASA yung na lending company. PAGASA, no, yung weather service provider, no, sa buong bansa. So anyway, PAGASA, Philippines, ipapakilala ko lang, no, para sa mga kasamahan natin, kababayan, no, na hindi alam kung ano yung PAGASA. So Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical Astronomical Services Administration. So this is the nation's public weather service provider, no, sa buong Pilipinas. At dito sa Pilipinas, through PAGASA, we are member, no, of World Meteorological Organization, no, as a specialized body, no, of United Nations. So before anything else, baybayin muna natin, no, yung history ni PAGASA. Kasi si PAGASA is nakikita natin sa logo since 1865 pa, no, yung serbisyo. Pero hindi natin alam kung ano ba yung pinagmumulan ni PAGASA, no, kung kailan siya nagsimula. At the same time, kung ano ba yung mga proseso na pinagdadaanan bago siya naging official institution, no, as warning agency dito sa ating bansa. Way back January 1, no, 1865, so yung Philippine Meteorological Services dito sa Pilipinas ay nagsimula, no? At nagsimula siyang ipamahagi, pinalahad, no, sa unang director. At the same time, ang unang director nito ay si Padre Federico Faura, no? At siya yung kauna-unahang nag-establish at the same time director, no, na nabanggit natin. At yung unang pangalan ng opisinang ito is Observatorio Meteorologico de Manila, which is now is Manila Observatory. Nakarinig na ba tayo ng Manila Observatory? So yun po yun, no, sa ngayon, no, na opisina. Then way back April 28, 1894, no, under the Royal Decree of Spain, no, ito yung kasagsagan ng pananakop noon ng Espanyol. Yung Manila Observatory ay na-recognize as a official institution, no, sa ilalim ng Jesuit, no, Jesuit, kumbaga mga praile yan, namamahala, namamalakad nung araw. At makikita natin sa gilid, no, sa right side, makikita natin, no, yung XII Universal Meteograph. So yan yung kauna-unahang first standard weather instruments, no, na inimbento ng isang praile, si Father Angelo XII. Isa siyang Jesuit director of the Vatican Observatory. May 22, 1901, no, by the act of the Philippine Commission. So yung observatoryo na nababasa natin kanina, ay yun po yung na-reorganize, no, under this act, no, number 131, and was renamed formally renamed as Weather Bureau that time, no, under the administrative control of the Department of Interior. Department of Interior last time is, kumaga ngayon, is DILG, no, or yung Department of Interior and Local Government, no. At nung by 1972, pursuant of Presidential Decree 78, yung Weather Bureau, no, ay pinalitan, no, bilang isang PAGASA, or nabanggit natin kanina, no, yung Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services, no. At the same time, the same year, itong PAGASA, no, under this Presidential Decree number 78, is nasa Department of Commerce and Industry. Then this year nalipat siya, no, to Department of National Defense. Then by 1984, I think this is September 17, 1984, so Pag-asa, pursuant of Executive Order number 984, so nalipat ito no sa Ministry of National Defense, from Ministry of National Defense to INSTA. What is INSTA? Alam mo natin na what is INSTA? National Science and Technology Authority. So kalaunan po by January 1, 1988, si Pag-asa ay nagkaroon ng 5 branches at the same 5 major branches at the same time 3 supporting units. Then by this year, si NSTA is napalitan yung pangalan no from NSTA or National Science and Technology Authority to DOST or Department of Science and Technology. So until now, pangalan pa rin no, na DOST itong Department of Science and Technology. So nakikita natin no, sa slides nito, Pag-asa is one of the oldest government institution in the Philippines. Matanda na, no? Kaya nabanggit natin kanina, starting ng period niya, nagkaroon ng unang serbisyo is 1865. So napakatanda na po ni Pag-asa. So here is our agency vision, no? Excellence in meteorology, geophysics, astronomy, and allied sciences that translates to quality products and services beneficial to the nation. Then, mission statement, to provide weather, flood, climate, and astronomical products and services to promote people's safety and well-being and contribute to national development. Well, this is one of our functions no, to maintain a nationwide network pertaining to observation and forecasting of weather and flood and other conditions affecting national safety, welfare, and economy. Then other one function of Pag-asa, to undertake activities no, relative to observation, collection, assessment, and processing of atmospheric and allied data for the benefit of agriculture, commerce, and industry. Next one. To engage no, in studies of geophysical and astronomical phenomena essential to the safety and welfare of the people. Then lastly, to undertake researches on the structure, development, and motion of typhoons and formulate measures for their moderation. So all in all, no, pang meteorological and hydrological services, no, yung serbisyo ni Pag-asa. Then to start with the Pag-asa Weather Observation and Forecasting Network. So, lahat ba ng mga students naka-field trip sa Pag-asa? Taas kamay. Sino naka-field trip sa Pag-asa? Marami. Saan Pag-asa? Cotabato? Walang sumasagot. Anyway, well, maraming Pag-asa networks, Pag-asa stations no, na naka-deploy. At the same time, naka-establish no, sa buong Pilipinas. Then, to summarize, di naman lahat dito nalalagay, no? Yung ating facilities, existing facilities. So we have surface synoptic stations, that is about 58 stations na, no? Yung latest. Yung ibang bagong na-establish is hindi pa naisama. At the same time, isasama na siya by next, no? Kung fully nag-ooperate na siya, yung ating mga surface synoptic station. Then satellite receiving facility, we have 6 receivers no, at present. So, by the way, sa Pilipinas, wala pa tayong satellite na pwedeng gamitin mag-monitor sa atmosphere no, or sa weather. So, lahat po ay nakihiram tayo or bumili tayo ng datos no, sa pamamagitan lang po ng receiving facilities na ito. So, as of now, we have 6 receivers. No? Kasama na dyan yung MTSAT. Ano ba yung MTSAT? Yung multifunctional satellite, multifunction transport satellite, NOAA. Yung NOAA, alam natin yung NOAA, yung geostationary satellite. Fengyon. Fengyon that is China. So nakinabang para tayo sa China, no? Moody's NPP, that is net primary product, that is satellite of NOAA. Then COMS comms is Korea, no? Ang comms acronym is Communication, Ocean, and Meteorological Satellite. Then lastly, we have WAPS. WAPS is ito yung World Area Forecasting System, no, na ginagamit ng NOAA based po sa National Climatic Data Center, no? Na nakabase ito sa NOAA. Then for Doppler radar, as of this moment, actually, dati is we have 17 radars. We have EEC, Vaisala, at the same time yung GRC. EEC, that is Alabama model, no? Alabama, US. Vaisala is Finland. Then GRC is Japan, no? Or Japan Radio Corporation. Then, we have upper station, no? Siyam na po lahat yan sa buong Pilipinas. Wind profiler, isa lang po ito, no? Nasa I think sa Central Office, Quezon City. River sensors, ito, marami ito, EWS. At I'm sure ang ating mga LGU na andito ngayon is they're very interested, no, sa ganitong sistema dahil gusto nila, gaya nung mga araw na nag-ikot tayo sa mga LGU, gusto nilang magkaroon ng ganito. At the same time, gusto din nilang magkaroon ng mga link, no, paano kukunin yung mga ganitong datos o paano ba natin i-share. Then we have VSAT communication network, no? Itong VSAT or very small aperture terminal. So ginagamit yan ng ating communication link, no, for radar station. Then flood early warning system. Ito, mas marami talaga to, no? Lalo na sa full automatic or telemeter system, no, na nakabase ngayon sa mga major dams, no, or mga major reservoir sa Pilipinas. At then, ito po yung synoptic station. We have 58 synoptic stations, no, sa buong Pilipinas. Then, 23 agromet stations. So, by Modernization Act, ay posibleng madadagdan pa ng 14, no, stations sa buong Pilipinas. So nauna na dyan yung, I think Lagindingan station is nandoon na, naka-establish at the same time Camiguin. So all in all, ganun, naka-plot po yung ating synoptic stations at yung ating agromet stations. Then facilities equipment, ito po yung nabanggit kanina, yung satellite receiving facility. So halos nakakonsiderate ito sa Manila, no? At the same time, dalawa sa Cebu, sa Mindanao, dalawa, hindi lang na siya nasali, no? Doon sa ating table. Then, next slide. So ito yung ating weather Doppler radar na as of this time, hindi na siya 17, no? Kasi yung pang 17 sana is, that is, Tampakan Radar Station. Since Tampakan Radar Station is nag-close na siya, no, hindi na siya nag-ooperate. So sa ngayon, wala na siya. Iniwan na natin dyan doon, no, yung antena. So hindi na siya totally nag-ooperate. So only 16 na lang, no, sa buong Pilipinas. At yung ating mga radar station is composed of C-band, S-band. So most likely yung range niya is 480 kilometers, no, or above. Then sa Mindanao, dalawa na lang yung naiwan, no? Yung Zamboanga natin, Zamboanga radar, at the same time Hinatuan radar. Then we have also facilities, no, equipment, no, mobile X-band radar, no? Ginagamit 'yan pag nagkaroon ng blind spot, no? Kung may sakaling bagyo na papalapit, no, or magla-landfall. So si X-band radar yung papanda rin, no? At para makuha niya yung mga areas na blind spot ng stationary natin na radars, no? At the same time, yung X-band radar na rin na mobile, ginagamit din yan during pag magkakaroon ng cloud seeding operation, no? Kasi yan yung tracker ngayon ng seedable clouds, no, na pwedeng lagyan or hagisan ng asin, no? Yung nanoparticles na asin na ginagamit as a seeding agent, no, during cloud seeding. So most likely next year magkakaroon ng mga ganyang activities, no, or tawag nila is sorties, no, bawat lipad ng eroplano. So kasama si Pag-asa sa technical working group, malamang ginagamit to, no, ni Pag-asa during the operation. Next, we have upper air observation. So sa buong Pilipinas, we have 9 stations. So dito sa Mindanao, we have El Salvador City, or sa Lagindingan, nalipas sa Lagindingan. Yung isa naman is sa Davao, no? So, mayroong equipment dyan na ginagamit yung tangke, that is embankment, no, or lagayan po ng ating hydrogen, no, kasi hydrogen yung ginagamit ng balon natin, no, sa pagpapalipad daily. So twice daily normal days, pag by inclement weather is 4 times pinapalipad po yung ating weather balloon. So yung sensor natin is tawag is radiosonde, no, na kinakabit sa weather balloon. Then wind profiler, isa lang ito, no, sa central office sa Quezon City. Then itong tawag natin na Aviation Weather Observing Station or system, no, na-install ngayon sa mga paliparan, malalaking paliparan, no. At dito sa Soxargen General Santos City International Airport is nalagyan na natin, no, ng naturang equipment. So mas well equipped 'yan, no. Maraming features katulad ng RVR kung sakaling gusto natin tingnan yung visibility ng runway. So titingnan lang natin, no, sa ganyang equipment, no, yung parang kamera. Tawag niyan is RVR or runway visibility range. Then we have also ocean wave glider, no. Nag-iisa lang ito, no, unmanned, and it is remote control, no, via satellite communication. Then tatawag niya, no, unmanned sea vessel wave glider. So kaya niyang mag-observe ng wave height, mean sea level pressure, wind speed, at the same time direction, no, temperature, ocean at current in all ultrasonic form without any mechanical moving parts, no, kasi wala siyang umiikot na parts. So ultrasonic ang term niya, no, sa pag-sense ng mga weather parameters, no, sa dagat. Next, we have facilities, no, na meteorological buoy, no, nabanggit ito kanina, no, sa ASTI, but also Pag-asa has already this kind of equipment na 4 na po, no, na station na nalagyan natin, Burias, Matnog, Bantayan at saka Aburlan, no. So malapit lang yan sa coastal areas. Then also lightning detection system, 28 stations po yung na-install sa buong Pilipinas, no. Kasama na diyan yung Gensan Station, no. Merong ganyang sistema at luckily ginagamit yan sa nowcasting, no. Kasi next 60 minutes, makikita na niya, no, yung discharges, no, na posibleng mag-flash in the next 60 hours. Not as data or text files, but also the spatial data, no, naka-map na siya. So all in all, 28 stations po yung ating na-install sa buong Pilipinas. Then we have also the high frequency radar, no. Ito po yung mga high frequency radar, no, sa buong na-install po, no, sa coastal areas. So marami po 'yan, no, na-install natin particularly sa Cebu, at the same time sa Southern Luzon. Then itong basic, no, automatic weather station, automatic ring gauges, marami din 'yan, no. Separate project po niyan na-deploy ni Pag-asa. Then ito yung mas marami, no, a network of hydrological stations. Inuna natin Pampanga River Basin, Agno River Basin, Bicol River Basin, Cagayan River Basin. So this project was funded by JICA. More or less, no, nakapagpondo sila ng 1.7 billion, no, para sa 4 na proyekto na yan. At napakarami niyan buong sa loob ng mga river basin na yan, no, yung mga equipment, no, tulad ng rain gauge station, water level station. So the rest that, no, tulad ng Pasig Marikina, IFCOS, so that is funded or initiative ng MMDA or Effective Flood Control Operation System. Sa COICA, meron din Pag-asa ng may hawak. At the same time, yung ASTI, marami din yan, no. Then the rest of that, yung mga monitor to limited major reservoir, no, sa ating bansa. Particular na po sa may mga malalaking dams, no, sa Luzon areas. Yan, tulad ng Pantabangan Dam, Ambuklao Dam, Binga Dam, Mangat Dam, Angat Dam, and San Roque Dam. So all in all, meron niyang telemetered, no, at nagko-communicate yan every, I think 5 p.m., 5 a.m., no, sa Pag-asa. Then ito po yung mga telemetered, no, at Flood Forecasting Warning Main Operation Center. Then sa buong Pilipinas, we established already, Pag-asa established already 13 operational flood river centers, no, or flood forecasting warning centers. 5 na lang po sa 18 yung ongoing pa. At the same time, matatapos na rin yan, no, or in the next 4 years, no, hopefully matatapos ni Pag-asa yung proyekto na yan. At luckily dito sa atin sa Mindanao, particularly sa Sultan Kudarat, sakop po yan ng Mindanao River Basin, no? At sa atin, no, sa ating operation, sa Buhayan, Malungon River Basin, tapos na po yun, no? Ito lang, Mindanao River Basin is, hopefully, matatapos na yung operation, no? Then ito nga, no, yung ating equipment sa Buhayan, Malungon. Then ito yung flood forecast and warning system na initiate, no, ng mga iba't ibang proyekto, no, sa buong Pilipinas tulad ng Government of Japan, telemetered. The same time, Government of Korea, yung KOICA. Meron ding UNDP or Australian Aid. At the same time, meron ding mga LGU initiative, no, na nabanggit dyan, no, sa ating mapa. So this would be the information network for dam discharge operation, for flood and warning operation. So since si FFWS sa mga major telemetered reservoir, si NPC at si NEA po, no, yung main naka-standby, no, for monitoring sa level ng tubig ng mga dams sa Luzon. At the same time, nagbo-broadcast yan, nagpapalitan ng information si Pag-asa, no, through HMD. Si FFWS naman, siya yung direkta ngayon nag-inform, no, ni PDRRMC, MDRRMC, no, sa mga karatig na lugar, lalo na sa downstream part, na posibleng maapektuhan pag may pre-release sa tubig, no, kung sakaling may magkakaroon ng pagbuhos ng matinding ulan, dulot po ng bagyo, no. Most likely 6 hours nagkakaroon ng pre-release yan, at the same time nagpapatunog yan ng warning post, no, sa bawat ilog tributary sa madadaanan po ng tubig, matinding baha. Then si Pag-asa naman nagbo-broadcast ngayon ng information, no, sa mga stakeholders tulad ng OCD, RRMC, at the same time yung mga DPWS, no, kanilang district offices. Kasama na dyan din yung National Water Resources Board. So all in all, this is observation network for our environmental monitoring. So 24/7 po yan, nagmo-monitor, nagsasubmit, nagsisend, no, ng mga datos, no, buong araw. Then organizational responsibilities for warning development. So Pag-asa has sole responsibility. All of these hazards na nababasa natin, no, sa slide na ito. Then Pag-asa's operational services include all 5 components of EWS tulad ng 24/7 observation, data collection, transmission. Number 2, reception, integration, processing, analysis. Number 3, customization, tailor fitting of warning, advisories, and data. Then pang-apat, yung utilization, no, or dissemination ng ating sa end users, no, ng ating produkto. Then lastly, yung response or action kung ano yung dapat or tugma na respond, no, ng ating mga stakeholders, lalo na sa communities na most likely affected sa ganung iba't ibang hazards po, no, sa community. Then ito yung warning disseminations mechanism. Gagamit tayo ng SMS, info board, TV, radio, araw-araw po yun, no? AM, FM, newspaper, website, telefax. Itong social media, madalas yan, araw-araw. At the same time, press conference pag may media. Then, dagdag na lang natin to, no? Kasi orbos na yung oras natin. Pasensya po, no? At itatapusin na lang po natin to, ma'am, no? So, hazard mapping using GIS. Ano ba yan, no? An important component of the government's disaster risk reduction management or DRRM program in order to reduce the loss of lives, no, and properties brought about by natural disasters. So, yan yung pangunahing gawain ni Pag-asa, no, mapping ng mga hazards through GIS. Then katulad yan, nakikita natin yung mapping real-time and historical hazards event. Dito makikita natin, no, historical tornado occurrences in the Philippines since 1994-2005. Halos nagko-concentrate niya sa central at western at southwestern Mindanao, no? Kasama na diyan yung Sultan Kudarat, no, sa Cotabato province. Then pangalawa, annual highest wind patterns in the Philippines. So most likely southern Mindanao din, no, yung may mataas na annual highest wind pattern. Lastly, yung historical storm surge occurrences in the Philippines. So most likely ito ay nag-concentrate ngayon, no, sa Central Luzon. Then so this is also the risk assessment. Risk assessment is essential for decision policy, no? that translates warning information into an effective preventative actions. So yan po yan, no? Madalas pag may ganitong activities, maraming kakibat na ahensya katulad ng FIVOX, DOST, at the same time yung ibang mga ahensya ng tumutulong, no, sa paggawa ng itong hazard map. So yan, ito na yung last na ano natin, yung accomplished provinces by storm surge hazard mapping. So masyadong hindi nag-concentrate yan, no, yung makikita natin sa map, yung mga hazard ng storm surge is nasa eastern section ng Mindanao, the rest is wala pa, no. Kung meron man, that is tsunami, no. That time na nangyari yung tsunami event sa Cotabato City. So when it comes to storm surge, dahilan kasi yan sa pagtama ng bagyo or paglapit ng bagyo. So most likely sa Mindanao, southern part is wala pa masyado, no? Wala pa nare-record. So at this juncture, so I think this is the last slides. So I'm sorry, medyo nag-exit ako sa oras. Then kung may tanong tayo, you can ask me, no, anytime sa table or even here, no. So maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Okay, thank you very much, Sir Engineer. Now for inquiries, you may approach the Pag-asa exhibit po sa likod po. Or kung may tanong kayo kay Sir Engineer, pwede po sa kanya po kayo pumunta. Alright? So the next presenter is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Geology at University of the Philippines, Diliman. A geologist by profession and is connected with Science Communication Fellowship Program of DOST PCEARD and UPLB CDC. A Science Research Specialist too of the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or DOST, FIVOX, under Geomatics Section, Geology, and Geophysics Research and Development Division. Please help me welcome Miss Ina Patricia M. Aquino, ma'am.
Hello? Ayan. Hello po everyone. Hello sa mga students natin and thank you po. And ngayon, sobrang proud ako and honored po ako na ipepresent ko yung GIRS Philippines Initiative as well as the applications na dinevelop ng aming team. And at the end of my presentation, malalaman niyo po yung mga applications na available sa inyo for hazard assessment, data collection, analysis, and data sharing, all in support of data-informed planning and decision-making. So, meron na po ba ditong nakakaalam ng GIRS Philippines? Meron po, patas naman po ng kamay. Few lang, no? I think mas familiar kayo sa Hazard Hunter. Sa mga students po sa booth kasi may mga dumadaan. Ang alam daw po nila, yung Hazard Hunter PH, pinapagamit po sa kanila ng kanilang mga teachers. So ayan po, bibigyan ko po kayo ng lecture din mamaya, paano po gamitin yung ating Hazard Hunter PH. So, eto nga po, ang GIRS Philippines Initiative is a multi-agency initiative led by the DOST FIVOX. So, nag-start po yung GIRS Philippines Initiative as a DOST PCEARD funded project noong 2018 up to 2020. Pero po, na-institutionalize po siya sa DOST FIVOX by granting plantilla positions to sustain the initiative. And yung vision nga po namin is to be the country's central source of information for hazards and risk assessment in order to help the government increase Filipinos' resilience to natural hazards. It serves as a governance platform because it spurs collaboration and increases transparency in government, and an ICT platform due to its different technologies to facilitate data access and analysis. Dito po makikita nyo, ano po ba yung ginagawa ng GRISC Philippines or GRISC PH. So dito po, makikita nyo different NGAs, LGUs, and other organization ay nagko-contribute po ng data sa GRISC Philippines database. So ito pong database na to, dyan po nagko-consume yung different platforms na na-develop po ng aming team. So nandyan po yung Hazard Hunter PH, Geoanalytics PH, Geomapper PH, as well as yung 3D Philippines and API Hub. So kumukuha po sila ng relevant data to generate useful hazard and risk assessments depending on the sectoral needs. And recently, we've developed the Plan Smart Ready to Rebuild application where all the previous applications have been integrated to produce a rehabilitation and recovery plan. In the coming months po, we will be developing the Plan Smart for Safe Schools in partnership with the Department of Education and Plan Smart for Urban Housing and Development in partnership with the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. So this afternoon, ito po yung i-discuss ko na platforms sa atin. So meron tayong publicly available platforms. Kung makikita nyo po sa screen, nandyan po yung Hazard Hunter PH, Geoanalytics PH, Geomapper PH po, and Plan Smart. Ayan po yung mga gumagamit ng username or password. Ibig sabihin po, hindi nyo po ma-access kung wala po kayong credentials. So iisa-isahin ko po mamaya, ano po ba itong mga platforms na ito? Unahin po muna natin yung Hazard Hunter PH. So yung mga students po na nandito, sana po makinig po kayo, i-share nyo sa family and friends nyo, as well as yung iba po nating guests. So very useful po itong ating platform. So ang Hazard Hunter PH is the country's one-stop shop for hazard assessment. It is an online platform that enables you to perform multi-hazard assessment, monitor earthquake events, download hazard maps, and view publicly available data in the GRISC system. And it uses latest hazards information from the mandated agencies. So you are assured that the assessment you made are official and up-to-date. And whether for work or personal use, itong platform po na ito ay very useful po sa atin. And again, lahat po pwedeng makapag-access ng Hazard Hunter PH. Basta po meron kayong web browser sa inyong mobiles or laptops, ma-access nyo na po ang Hazard Hunter PH. So kung titingnan nyo po sa screen, sige po, tingnan nyo po sa screen, pag pumunta po kayo sa Hazard Hunter PH, meron po tayong, ito po yung homepage niya. Pwede po kayo mag-start ng hazard assessment by typing your location dun sa search bar. You can also use current location. Ginagamit po niya yung inyong GPS. And you can use your coordinates. Kung alam niyo po yung longitude and latitude ng inyong mga sites na i-assess, pwede niyo pong i-enter dyan. And lastly, pwede po tayong pumunta sa map view. Dun po kayo magpapan or mag-zoom in dun sa location na gusto nyo pong i-assess. So for example, in-assess ko po nung isang araw lang itong ating venue. Pumunta po ako sa mapa and nag-zoom in po ako dito sa ating venue. Nag-double click or nag-double tap lang po ako. And within 15 seconds, aantayin po natin yung pag-calculate ng hazard assessment. Yung 15 seconds po, based po siya kung malakas po yung internet connectivity natin. Kung medyo mahina po yung internet connectivity, medyo mag-aantay po tayo ng konti pa. So while waiting, meron naman po kaming nilalagay na trivias na pwede nyo pong i-consume or basahin. And after assessing, click po natin yung see result. At makikita nyo po dyan, dun muna tayo sa map view. May dalawa pong blue lines. The dark line points to the nearest active fault, while the lighter blue line points to the nearest active volcano. At dun po sa right side, makikita nyo po yung assessment results. Meron po tayong seismic hazard assessment, volcanic hazard assessment. Ito po galing PHIVOX. And we also have hydrometeorological hazard from MGB and Pag-asa. And aside dun sa mga hazards, binibigay po ng Hazard Hunter PH yung nearest critical facilities. Ano po ba yung nearest critical facilities? Ito po yung mga schools. Ito po ay galing DepEd. We also have health facilities from DOH and primary roads and secondary roads from DPWH. And as you can see, dun po sa bottom port, you can click the view report with recommendation. Pag kinlik nyo po yan, you can download a PDF with the summary assessment report showing the explanation and recommendations from the mandated agencies. So again, libre lamang po ito and kahit sino po pwedeng maka-access. So again, ayan po, with the Hazard Hunter PH, makakapag-assess po kayo and bibigyan po kayo ng application sa nearest critical facilities and as well as yung mga explanation and recommendations natin from the mandated agencies. You may also overlay different information on the map. So dito po, makikita nyo po sa left side, we have exposure data, hazard, scoping capacity. Sa scoping capacity po, we have safe open spaces, which is currently available in NCR. And we are on the works po to include other areas in the Philippines. And you may access the Hazard Hunter PH to view other available information. Next, using Hazard Hunter, you can view the latest and past earthquake events via the Earthquake Monitoring tab as recorded by the Philippine Seismic Network. And ito po, every time na magkakaroon po ng bagong earthquake plot, maririnig niyo po yung sound na ito. Okay, wala pong sound. Sige po. Okay. Try nyo na lang pong i-open yung Earthquake Monitoring tab para po pag magkaroon po ng bagong earthquake plot, marinig nyo po yung mga alarms po natin. And also recently, Pag-asa gave their API, so you can now view typhoon tracks on the Hazard Hunter PH. And using Hazard Hunter, you can also download hazard maps. Just include the location and you can download available maps. And I am happy to share with you the DOST PHIVOX best practice entitled Automated Multi-Hazard Assessment in the Philippines using Hazard Hunter PH. And nakatanggap po tayo ng both 7-star rating and the category award for risk management in the 9th International Best Practice Competition. So yung 7 stars are regarded as world-class performance. The fact that other countries po ay nare-recognize po yung mga gawa natin, nagkakaroon po tayo ng more energy pa to produce useful platforms. And now po, punta naman tayo dun sa GeoMapper PH. So, this is the platform being used by our partner agencies and LGUs to build their exposure databases. And this is because the National Land Use Committee agreed that DOST would lead in the development of the National Exposure Database through the GeoRisk PH. And since GeoMapper is designed to facilitate the easy collection of data, it is the primary platform for data collection in building the country's national exposure database. This is envisioned to make planning and damage and risk assessment more comprehensive and accurate. And also, during the 39th Cabinet meeting held on July 1, 2019, the Cabinet approved that all departments and agencies to use the GeoRisk PH platform for the conduct of hazards and risk assessment. So for the GeoMapper, we start with the data collection. And ito po yung inputs. Pwede po tayo mag-input ng population, land use, natural resources, lifeline utilities, critical facilities. And earlier po, kanina sa lecture po ni Dr. Geraldo Petilla of NRCP, na-mention po niya na baseline data are needed to craft policies. So sa mga LGUs po, very useful po sa inyo yung GeoMapper PH. And kung meron tayong data collection, pwede na natin siyang ma-visualize and as well as ma-analyze yung mga data na nilagay natin. And we also have the access and security. And only those with user credentials are able to use the application and access the data. This ensures data security and accountability. And ito pong GeoMapper PH are given without any cost for free po for the LGUs and NGAs. And the advantage of using GeoMapper PH versus your desktop GIS applications is that it's a multi-user platform. So kahit marami po kayong gumamit simultaneously, pwede po. And yung mga edits po or yung mga binabago natin sa ating database, magre-reflect po siya real time. And since many people could edit the data simultaneously nga, this will enable us to work easier together and complete or enhance our exposure database faster and easier. And as mentioned earlier, GeoMapper PH also functions as a visualization tool. Ito po as a form of dashboard. Lahat po ng nilalagay natin sa GeoMapper PH web application, makikita niyo po yung lahat ng summary ng inyong data in the form of the GeoMapper PH dashboard. Diyan po makikita niyo yung mga graphs, charts, and infographics. And to help the decision makers better in the formulation of response plans. And here's the sample dashboard po. You can see, again, yung mga graphs po natin. And again, minention rin po kanina ni Dr. Petilla, for LGUs to become better government, there are 7 categories to take in mind or take in consideration. So yung GeoRisk Philippines can help you on the 3 categories, namely baseline data, database, measurement, and evaluation. So for interested LGUs, pwede nyo po akong lapitan later or bisitahin nyo po yung aming booth to know more about the GeoMapper PH. And next, we have GeoAnalytics PH. For GeoAnalytics PH, it is designed to assist decision makers and planners in crafting their DRR and land use plans by providing maps and analyses using the data contributed to the GeoRisk Philippines database by the national agencies and LGUs. Dito po sa GeoAnalytics PH, again, free po siya. Anyone can access and pwede po kayong mag-assess ng land area, demography, and facilities. So by using the application, you are able to compute the land area prone to hazards, the estimated number of people exposed to hazards, and the critical facilities prone to hazards. So risk analysis is made easy. because you don't have to manually compute yung mga sinabi ko po sa GIS software. Bali yung Geoanalytics PH po mismo yung gagawa ng computation para po sa inyo. And ito, pakita ko na lang po yung example. Nag-assess po tayo sa Isulan. So, ayan po yung graph. Makikita nyo po madali kung gaano po karami ng land area yung safe from flood. So, try nyo po sa inyong mga web browsers or kahit sa phone yung Geoanalytics PH. And here's the example of the graphs po. Makita nyo dyan. And yung age-sex graph, pyramid graph, makikita nyo po agad yung yung mga dami ng male and female and by age group. And right now, yung developers po namin are working on the integration of data inputs in GeoMapper PH with the analysis done in Geoanalytics PH. And lastly, we have the PlanSmart ready-to-rebuild web application. It is an automated planning tool for disaster rehabilitation and recovery. And it is developed by DOST in collaboration with the NDRRMC, Office of Civil Defense, and the World Bank. And it aims to streamline the process in releasing funds for rehabilitation and recovery by allowing the local government units to auto-generate their rehabilitation and recovery plans. More than the generation po ng mga planning documents natin, PlanSmart application can be utilized to generate pre-disaster information, programs, plans, and activities to help national and local governments mitigate the effects of natural hazards and climate before their actual onset. So again, as mentioned earlier, yung PlanSmart app po natin ay combination po ng following JIRS Philippines applications as well as the Disaster Rehabilitation and Recovery Planning Guide Workbook. And ito, overview lang po ng PlanSmart web application. Ito po yung homepage. Kailangan niyo po ng credentials to access the PlanSmart ready-to-rebuild web application. And we have different tabs which consist of LGU profile, and we have these graphs, and yung mga inputs po from the GeoMapper PH, automatic po nakaka-calculate ng PlanSmart application. And here's an example of R&R plan produced in the PlanSmart application. And PlanSmart Ready-to-Rebuild has been rolled out to different regions since last year. And the regions included are National Capital Region, Central Visayas Region, Caraga and Borm, Calabarzon and Borm. And lastly, in summary, local government units and other organizations or individuals may benefit from the GRSPH platform in mainstreaming DRRCC and decisions, efficiently appraising projects, using government-generated, peer-reviewed hazards information in related research. And this also supports the DOST 4 pillars, specifically the promotion of human well-being, wealth protection, and sustainability. These platforms are already paid by your taxes and ready to be used for free. So I hope these platforms could help develop your plans and achieve our goal to be more informed and resilient against natural hazards. And ito po yung details namin. Please like us on our social media. And visit our booths po. You can try the earthquake simulator as well as the Hazard Hunter PH application. And again, I am Ina Patricia Aquino. Daghang salamat po.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Aquino. By the way, encouraging everyone to please stay and witness the STI fashion show after the forum. So the next presenter will discuss on Metals and Engineering Innovation Center in Regions. He is a DOST scholar, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Metallurgical Engineering at Mapua Institute of Technology. He has also taken postgraduate with units in Masters of Science in Material Science and Engineering, a graduate of Masters of Technology Management at the University of the Philippines. He is currently holding the position of Senior Science Research Specialist of the Technology Diffusion Division under Technology Advisory and Business Development Section and work as Technology Licensing Officer, handles metals and QMS-related consultancy and training and R&D activities. Please help me welcome Engineer Mervin B. Gorospe.
Hello? Oy, di pa sila gising. Hello? Hi? Oy, may mas malakas doon. Mas malakas po dito. Hello? Oy, thank you students. Of course, my name is Mervin. No? While Kuya is doing his job, I would like to palakpakan po natin yung mga management staff of DOST 12 because they are providing what I need po right now. So ayan po si Kuya. Ayan, he's just fixing lang po yung computer for the presentation. Ayan. Ayan, sir. Ano ba? Oh, I see myself in the camera. I hope all of you can be here also. Ayan. So can we play it already? So let me see po. So thank you din po dun sa technical staff who provided my needs. Ayan po. So let me start po. Wait lang po. There is no signal. Let's just wait. Wala pong signal so far. Alright, sorry po. Ayan. Sorry for the technical difficulties po. Thank you very much po. How about a round of applause po dun sa mga technical experts po dito. Thank you very much. So, I am once again Mervin Gorospe. Ayan, I'll just need this mic. Okay? So, good afternoon po. Isulan, Sultan, Kudarat. And SOC Sergeant Region 12, thank you for inviting us to the RSTW brought to you us by none other than DOST Region 12. Sorry, medyo mahina po yung video, sorry. So just move on. I am once again Mervin Gorospe of the Metals Industry Research and Development Center, or the MIRDC. We are the proud makers of food innovation equipment for FICs distributed all over the regions, as well as the makers of the transportation technologies, which I think believe that was brought here by the Region 12, the OST Region 12. So, may I invite everybody here to join us in our booth as well and put us into your itinerary. So it is an honor as a resource person to talk regarding the Metals and Engineering Innovation Center, or MEIC. So which is the project of the center to foster and nurture the innovation in the countryside. I'll be discussing here the rationale, how it is related to PDP, as well as how our project is related to innovation. Actually, we are just putting a small metalworking laboratory in the regions. So here in Region 12, the SUC that is being nominated is in Gensan, which is the MSU in Gensan. Okay, moving on. Of course, we see that innovation centers are, of course, hubs for innovation, research, and human resource development. As such, when established in strategic areas nationwide, they will support the development of the countryside. These facilities provide opportunities for machinery and product prototyping, as well as market sample preparation in which the comparison with existing products can be, of course, presented. Both the PDP and which are presented here, of course, recognizes, of course, the technology and innovation as well as science in our country to attain our collective vision of matatag, maginhawa, at panatag na buhay para sa lahat. Moving on. So the first challenge is, of course, to increase the R&D expenditure, which we only have 0.13% of our GDP, while UNESCO is recommending about 1% of our GDP or higher R&D budget. So imagine that we only have 0.13% in our R&D budget. So here are the challenges. Of course, we recognize the contribution of science, technology, and innovation in our country's growth and development. So the PDP 2003 and 2008 has allotted one chapter to identify the strategies for advancing research and development, technology, and innovation. So what are the challenges? So as you could see, these are the challenges in your screens. So I hope you can see it. Some of the challenges classified are, of course, lack of human resources. In STI and R&D, a country's capacity to generate new knowledge is, of course, dependent on STI human resources. While we have, in 2002, kung alam niyo po, noong 2002, our GII index is really high, especially in the graduates of sciences and engineering. However, we still have less 174 full-time researchers per million of population. So sa mga students dyan, of course, we wanted you to be in the science and technology. So we need you in the part for 174 full-time researchers per million of population. We also have underdeveloped research culture and productivity. This is based actually on ability to create, of course, and discover new technology or new knowledge so that we can have commercialization on that. So next slide po ako. Ayan. So our current administration has laid down strategies to advance R&D technology and innovation in our country to attain, of course, the prosperous and inclusive and resilient economy by nurturing a supportive ecosystem for R&D, aggressively increasing R&D expenditure in the R&D and commercialization. So it's not only R&D, but also commercialization. You know that if we stop from R&D only, the problem is, how do we commercialize our product? Because innovation, of course, we need a lot of people to use that, just like Apple. So they have a lot of innovation. So if we stop on R&D, you could see there are a lot of marketing strategy that they use. So if we use commercialization as well, so innovation will prosper. So based on in these strategies, of course, we can continuously propagate or implement the programs in advance and promote S&T in the country. So moreover po, the establishment of MEIC or Engineering Innovation Centers for MEIC in all of the regions of the Philippines will be part of the solution to the problems faced by the other industries in their respective communities. A MEIC will be offering design and fabrication capabilities of machine and metal parts which can be transferred to private fabrication shops for commercialization. Locating MEICs in different regions would of course prosper the science and technology and innovation in that particular areas. So of course, depending on that specific growth of these SUCs. So the state universities here are the ideal locations to host the MEIC since they have engineers for their faculty who holds the technical ascendancy in their community. Likewise, the engineering faculty and their students, in every student deliver machine and prototypes of parts development as part of their curriculum. Once the Metal Innovation Engineering Center is in place in these universities, more research-oriented graduates, researchers, and the faculty members are in the regions so that they can cater the needs of their industry. For example, we need some people in food fabrication. Of course, more and more industry in food fabrication parts will go into this part, will go into this, MEICs. The goal, of course, of the project is to strengthen the capabilities of regional academic institutions through the establishment, of course, of the metalworking and prototyping capabilities. As I said a while ago, we are just going to replicate MIRDC in a small thing. So we are going to have a metalworking laboratory in each SUCs in every region. So number one po dyan is by establishing MEIC inside the campuses, which become the partner of SUCs, who was able to meet the selection criteria. Then the second is to develop and of course strengthen the SUC's capabilities through equipment acquisition and human resource development. Actually, what we do is we train the engineers in the faculty. We made them available in Manila so that they have some training. So they do have welding and fabrication training there in Manila. So moving on, once again, of course, the beneficiaries here are, of course, the direct beneficiaries are, of course, the researchers and the students who are doing research or R&D. And then, of course, indirect are the industry as well as, of course, the fabricators. So definitely po, yung mga industry natin and fabricators should be going there because the SUCs will turn out to have a policy on how to cater their customer from the industry. So yung mga students here can also go to MSU to do their R&Ds, okay, and their innovations. So it's not exclusively for that SUC alone. So everybody can come there for their R&D. All right. So the establishment of MEICs in the region is in line with our government, as you could see here in the strategy. So masyado pong marami dyan. So makikita po ninyo. So it accelerates innovation and scaling up, of course, technology adoption, as of course is stated under the PDP or Philippine Development Plans. Nakita po natin, dalawa po yung PDP from the previous administration and of course the new administration. So accelerating innovation po sa atin po is by providing, of course, SUCs with appropriate capabilities in terms of machine design and simulation, machine and fabrication of prototypes, through, of course, acquisition of advanced industry-type equipment. So we just don't bring laboratory-type equipment, but also we bring in the industry-type equipment for that particular MEIC or MEIC. Okay. For our methodology, as you could see here, we will procure appropriate fabrication equipment, train the faculty researchers, as I said a while ago, on various metalworking skills. They will undergo immersion, so it could be local, and then it could be international. So, actually, we have foundry in one of our MEIC batch 1. So, we train them in the industry. So, we immerse them in the industry of foundry. So, they are there in the industry doing what the industry is doing. Of course, each MEIC will conduct R&D that is, of course, supported by the project. So that what the researchers learn in the training will be, of course, transpired to their prototypes as well as for their inventions. So here is a simple framework po of our project, so in the implementation of the project. As you could see here, there is ideas, and then it will be captured by the design and simulation, which will be given by the MEIC project. And then there is a fabrication machine over there. So we also give the fabrication machine to that SUC. So in turns, that will become the MEIC conclusion. All right? So if you are in agro machinery building, MIRDC will be giving you such metal sheet bender, rollers. We have this plasma cutter. We have that welding machine, heat treatment machines, and CAD/CAE for simulation and other equipment that you will do. All right? So that is all for the MEIC, transforming, of course, your ideas to, of course, innovation. So daghang salamat, Region 12. And of course, in behalf of my project leader for Project 1, Mr. Dr. Agustin Fudolig, and MEIC Batch 2 Project Leader, Engineer Girl Emilio, once again, we are from the MIRDC. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sir Engineer Grospe. Another presenter also from DOST MIRDC who will be talking on Advanced Manufacturing Center. He is also a licensed mechanical engineer, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering in University of the Philippines, Diliman College of Engineering, a senior science research specialist of DOST Metals Industry Research and Development Center who handles highly technical projects. Please help me welcome Engineer Alvin B. Buison, sir.
Yes. So, good afternoon everybody po. Sana po gising po na po lahat. So, I'm gonna be presenting po 3D printing, especially AMSEN po. So, my topic for today is 3D printing potential for sustainability. So first, to discuss 3D printing, so we better get over what are the manufacturing processes available. So right now, there are three manufacturing processes available. We have the formative, subtractive, and additive. So to differentiate, the formative manufacturing process is forming an object by using molds and dies. So as you can see, for examples, these are injection molding, sheet metal stamping, blow molding, and also casting. For the subtractive manufacturing process, this is a process in which a product is fabricated via removal of material from a block into our desired shape. So example of these processes are CNC turning, grinding, cutting, CNC milling. While for additive manufacturing, it is a process of joining material to make parts from a 3D model data, usually layer by layer, as opposed to subtractive manufacturing and formative manufacturing. So to compare, additive manufacturing results in lesser wastage because we eliminate the use of tooling. Tooling in the sense that in conventional manufacturing, we will be needing jigs and fixtures to hold our object while we process it. And also, we can do reduction of part count because in additive manufacturing, we can use complex designs in which we can assemble our design as one part because some of the limitations of conventional manufacturing is the way we manufacture things. Also, we have supply chain cost savings. This is evident during the pandemic. Some companies employed additive manufacturing because ordering parts from other companies during the pandemic would lead to longer lead times. So that's why they employed additive manufacturing for this use. Next would be the process chain. So for subtractive manufacturing, as you can see in the slide, you will be needing a lot of processes to make your product. But for additive manufacturing, you can simplify it in just 4 processes such as CAD design, 3D printing, post-processing, and installation. Additive manufacturing is good for short production runs or small batch runs or for one-off products. Because the beauty of additive manufacturing is that we can prototype right there and then. And also, accelerated part design and iteration because once we design an object, we can already fabricate it. And once we have the physical object, we can evaluate our product and maybe we can do some revisions on the design and again reprint it in 1 day or 2 days. We already have the next prototype. So in terms of performance, manufacturing using AM would lead to the manufacturing of complex geometries. As seen in the left picture, this type of gyroids are almost impossible to fabricate using conventional manufacturing. Also, inclusion of cooling channels is our prime use of additive manufacturing. This is commonly used in the injection mold industry and also heat exchangers. Next would be lightweighting and topology optimization, in which when we topology optimize an object, it would lead to organic designs as seen in this motorcycle chassis. So these types of chassis or these types of shapes are almost impossible to fabricate using conventional manufacturing. So to recap, the pros of additive manufacturing would be rapid prototyping capabilities, complex and highly customized products, no need for tooling and molds, manufacture of multifunctional products, less risky route to market, especially for startups, because we can take advantage of prototyping almost only 1 to 100 parts. Unlike if we would be using conventional manufacturing, we need tens and thousands of parts before it is economical. Next would be less waste, reduce environmental impact, because in additive manufacturing, we only use the material that we need in creating the prototype or the product. In some technologies, and depending on the material, we can also do recycling. While the cons of additive manufacturing will be higher cost for large-scale production, because if we would be needing tens and thousands of parts using AM, we would be needing lots of 3D printers to do that. Next would be less material choices, colors, and finishes. So AM is fairly new. So that is why we have we have a limited number of materials. But right now, this is one of the biggest market of AM because lots are going into materials development for AM. Every day, new materials are being created, such as ASD-safe materials, color-changing materials, and also materials that change their behavior when in contact with light. Next would be limited component size and small build volume. because common 3D printers right now fall into the 500 by 500 by 500 build size. So if you want big products, there are already 3D printers for that, but they are still kind of pricey right now. Next would be, it requires post-processing. So this depends on the technology that we would be using, because post-processing, it will be required for some of them. For example, for ceramic 3D printing, we would be needing debinding and sintering, which would be around 4 to 5 days for the debinding and 1 to 3 days for the sintering process. So for example, these are some case studies of additive manufacturing. So this is between Markforged and Dixon. So they 3D printed a gripper jaw for their production line. So in doing so, the production time for the gripper jaw, it was cut down from 14 days to 1.25 days, and it has a 30 times cost saving. Another application is in the use of additive manufacturing for mold inserts. So the production time was cut down from 30 hours to 10 hours, and the cost reduction was 1,000 euros to 300 euros. Another one is the development of heat sinks using the MLS. So it resulted to 10 times per unit cost reduction and 13 times productivity increase. So this graph illustrates the economics of additive manufacturing. As you can see, the curved line is conventional manufacturing, while the straight line is additive manufacturing. When doing lots of products or copies of your product, it is still economical to go the conventional manufacturing route, because the higher the number, it is more cheaper to produce parts because of the technologies such as injection molding, casting, and the like. While for the complexity, if you have more complex parts, additive manufacturing is the way to go, because when doing complex parts for conventional manufacturing, it would cost more. Additive manufacturing is considered a straight line for these graphs, because additive manufacturing is like when you print something the first time, it consumes a certain amount of material and a certain amount of time, and when you print the next copy, it is still the same time and the same material cost. That is why it can be considered a straight line for these graphs. So examples of AM industries. So globally, additive manufacturing is used for energy, manufacturing, aerospace, agriculture, medical, construction, defense sector, and many more. Right now, the Philippines they have already formulated the Philippine AM roadmap. So in the next few years, the Philippines will be focusing on manufacturing, especially aerospace, in the aerospace, environment, transport, and semicon industries. They would also focus on the medical and dental industries, and construction and consumer goods. So there are 7 types of AM technologies around. So we have BAT photopolymerization. So this uses UV resins, which is cured by UV lasers. Next is material extrusion, in which a material is extruded through a nozzle. Material jetting using inks and UV lasers. Binder jetting using binders and powder to form an object. Then next would be powder bed fusion, which uses powders and lasers. Direct energy deposition, high-powered electron beams, and also welding rods or wire arcs. Sheet laminations, so sheet metals, and ultrasonic welding and ultrasonic vibration. So I'm discussing the AM process chain right now. So this holds true to almost all of AM technology. So these are the basic steps in doing additive manufacturing. So to start off, we need to create our 3D model. So a 3D model can be created using different software such as SolidWorks, NX, Fusion 360, AutoCAD. So if you want freeware, you can also use Tinkercad, FreeCAD, SketchUp, and Blender. But if you just want to download the parts, there are already online repositories for online files such as GrabCAD, When designing parts for 3D printing, there are certain guidelines that we must follow because some technologies have limited function depending on the layer height, layer thickness, or different parameters that we will be needing. After making a 3D model, we need to convert it to an STL file. So we can also convert it to OBJ, 3MF, or AMF, but the most common used file is the STL file. After that, we transfer the file to our slicing software in which we set the parameters for our print, such as print speed, layer height, layer thickness, and many more. Once it is done, we load up the program to our printer and we start the print. After the print is done, we need part removal. So part removal can be as easy as using a scraper to remove the part, up to using a EDM wire cutter to remove your part from your build plate. So it depends on the technology that we would be using. Finally, the last step would be post-processing. So post-processing will depend on the technology that we use and also the outcome that we will be needing. So it can be just removal of supports, it could be plating, it could be heat treatment. So it all depends on the final function that our product would be used for. So in terms of additive manufacturing, the government has already allocated lots of funds in promoting AM and having it be reachable by our fellow Filipino countrymen. So right now, DTI has the Fab Labs, and DOST has already funded for AM Labs, which is AMCERAM under Adamson, AMREL under Bataan Peninsula State University, and AMCEN. So let me talk about AMCEN. So AMCEN aims to establish a national center of excellence in 3D printing. So we want to be the nation's leading research center in 3D printing, and we also want to enhance the capabilities in design and materials development of not just the researchers within AMCEN, but also the Filipino people. And we also foster collaborations between academe, industry, and the government. AMCEN has these components. So we have materials R&D, prototyping and fabrication, collaboration and partnership, technical services, training services, education formation, and policy standard. AMCEN is divided into two labs. So the first lab is the AMCEN Fabrication and Prototyping Laboratory, which is under the DOST MIRDC. And the other one is AMCEN Mat Dev Laboratory, which focuses on material development and is under the DOST ITDI. So I'll go into details with the Fabrication Prototyping Laboratory. So in the Fabrication Prototyping Laboratory, we have these technologies from powder bed fusion, the DMLS printer, which can print metal powders, bath photopolymerization that can print thermosets and also ceramics, and also material extrusion printers for filaments, pellets, and also viscous materials. With our biggest printer that can print around 20 feet by 8 feet by 8 feet. Aside from those technologies, we also have post-processing accessories such as wash modules, curing modules, shot peening, and debinding kiln, sintering kiln, and sintering furnace. Aside from those, we also have scanners for 3D modeling and also QA. Aside from the procured 3D printers we have in AMCEN, we also have partners who locate their equipment in our center for free, which we can use for training and doing R&D. So here are some of those printers and equipment. So I'll just browse through them. Some partners also locate softwares for QA, topology optimization, and also support generation. In AMCEN, we do R&D activities. We partner with startups, the medical sector, fellow RDIs, and also the defense sector. So here are some samples of our R&D activities. So in materials development, ITDI does filament making, characterization, material processing, and post-processing. While for the FPL, we can print metals, ceramics, composites, and polymers. We also do 3D scanning, digital warehousing, computer-aided design, and optimization. We also provide training. We have our session, industry training, faculty training, and also OJT for students. And we also provide free consultancies with 3D printing queries or concerns. So to recap, 3D printing has a great potential for sustainability because it induces innovation, because we can create complex objects at a faster turnover rate. It is also a viable route for MSMEs and startups because of the low to medium volume production capability of AM. It is also a good choice because it has minimal wastage, because we only use the material that we need to produce the parts, and depending on the technology and the material that we use, we can do recycling. So in behalf of the DOST, MIRDC, and AMSEN, I'm inviting everyone to venture into additive manufacturing, and together, let's go beyond the conventional. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Sir. Let's explore the future of food processing with this next speaker as he introduces us to cutting-edge food processing equipment. He is also a licensed mechanical engineer, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering at UP Diliman College of Engineering, also a Senior Science Research Specialist of DOST MIRDC. Please help me welcome Engineer Ulysses B. Ante, sir.
So ayun, magandang hapon po sa lahat. So una sa lahat, thank you DOST Region 12 for inviting us to share our knowledge here and to mapakita rin yung technologies na ino-offer ng MRDC. So my topic for today is Science, Technology, and Innovation for Sustainability through Food Processing Equipment. So una sa lahat, papakita ko lang yung itong study nito ay ginawa ng Asian Development Bank. So nung 2019, ang contribution ng agri and food manufacturing is around $126.7 billion. Tapos nag-employ ito ng around 18 million. So that is around 43% nung total employment sa buong Pilipinas. So sa Southeast Asia, halos ganito rin naman yung trend. Kaya may demand talaga for the food processing equipment. So what is food processing muna? So it is any method used to turn fresh foods into food products. So, yun, kapag yung pagkain chinap mo na or niluto, consider na yun na na-process na yung pagkain. So, pwede rin na it also includes adding components to the food para ma-extend yung shelf life niya, and also adding vitamins and minerals para maka-add dun sa nutritional value. So, bakit ba ginagawa natin yung food pag-process ng pagkain? So, una, syempre, para maging edible siya. So, syempre, may mga pagkain na hindi mo makakain ng hilaw. And then also, parang binabago mo din yung packaging para maging pleasing to sa mata. Kumbaga, may entice yung tao na kainin yung pagkain. Pangalawa, it ensures food safety. So, there are certain and mataas talagang standard kapag sa food processing. So, na-ensure doon na yung pagkain mo ay safe na kainin. And then for the number 3, I think ito yung isa sa mga importanteng advantages kapag pinaprocess natin yung pagkain. So it preserves food and increases the shelf life. So may processes nga na kapag dinaan mo siya dun sa machine na yon, tumatagal, mas papatagal natin yung buhay ng pagkain. So pwede siyang umabot ng 2 taon or even more. So for the next one, it retains the nutritional quality. So, yun nga, may requirement yung mga tao na kailangan nila ng ganitong nutrition. So, there are some processes na para mag-add dun sa pagkain ng additional nutritional value. And also, the next one, ito yung uso ngayon. It offers convenience. So, right now, nauuso yung parang, I like yun nga, the healthy food. So, yung mga companies ngayon sa US, and sa Asia, tinatry talaga nila na makuha yung ganong, yung convenience na yon na kumbaga, makuha nila yung value ng nutrition na gusto nila. And for the last one, food processing lowers the price of the food. So, yun nga, kapag pinrocess natin yung pagkain, nababawasan yung step niya na magano sa market. And then also, it will involve the mass production process, which yun nga, kapag minas produce mo na yung pagkain, nababawasan din yung price niya. So, ito yung mga types ng food processing. We have canning. Actually, yung canning, general term siya, pero it involves several types of packaging. So, it involves the sterilization process. Pasteurization, ito yung ginagawa sa pag-process ng milk. Ito naman yung pag-heat ng pagkain below 100 degrees Celsius. I think around 90 degrees. So, yun yung process niya. Smoking, so ito yung familiar dito, na familiar yung mga Pinoy. So, yun yung isang product dito is yung tinapa or yung ibang mga seafood natin. Additives, I think best example nito is yung longganisa, tocino, so, and many more. Modified atmosphere packaging, ang best example nito ay yung chips. So, kung makikita nyo yung chips, medyo may air siya. May air yun kasi yun ay nitrogen. So, dahil doon, napipreserve yung pagkain. Fermentation, matagal nang ginagawa to ng tao. So, naglalagay ng asin dun sa pagkain para mag-stop yung process ng pagkabulok niya. So drying, ito normally ginagawa talaga natin to. So yun nga, ito yung mga daing natin. Danggit, so yun yung famous na ginagawa sa pagkain. And then the freezing, ito yun yung pinaka-normal na ginagawa. So halimbawa, after makuha yung fish or yung meat, pinifreeze ka agad siya para hindi ka agad mag-spoil yung pagkain. So dahil nga ganun yung importance ng pag-process ng food, so the DOST had this project. So the DOST MRDC rolled out the DOST developed food processing equipment to the regions. So ang project nito ay funded ng PSHRD. So the project nga is with ITDI. So ang nag-design ng equipment ay si MRDC. Then we have the expertise of ITDI para ma-qualify yung process na gagawin ng equipment. So, eto, papakita ko lang accomplishment kasi this is an accomplishment of the FICs from 2017 to 2019. So, number of products concept generated is around 7,946. Number of products prototype generated is around 1,121. So, yung conversion ng concepts namin into products ay 14%. So, ganun kataas. So, ang daming na-develop na products ng mga regional FICs. Tapos, meron din number of packages of technologies, which is around 266. Number of IP application applied is 196. And ito yung last one is number of technology licensing agreements, 36. So ito yung product is kinuha na ng company para i-produce nila. For the number of customers and clients served, so yung mga FICs ay nakapag-serve na ng 5,464. And the total income generated is 4.3 million. So yung accomplishments na yun is mainly nagawa ng 4 na equipment na ito. So we have the water retort, spray dryer, freeze dryer, and the vacuum fryer. So this is the water retort. Ito yung actual na units na nasa mga FICs. So sa water retort, dun ginagawa yung thermal process. So it destroys the microorganisms that can cause spoilage in extreme cases na mag-cause ng health hazard. So yun nga, ito yung, actually dito yung ginagawa din yung canning. So sterilization process siya, the process is done up to 120 degrees Celsius. So kung makikita nyo, yung products dito, naka-pouch na siya. So I think when we were doing the project, when we were creating the prototype around 2013, hindi pa ito makikita yung mga product na to eh. Ang makikita mo lang na mga products which is canned or nasa glass is parang tuna. So, ang best example nito is when we were doing the project, may isang malaking company na ginawa niya yung pag-prototype niya ng product dun sa prototype na water retort. So, nakita naman nila pwedeng viable. So, ayun, kinontinue niya yung process. Kaya yan, sa market, makikita niyo yung ang dami-dami ng mga naka-pouch na produkto. Also famous din sa atin is, ito example na to is yung bangus na nasa glass. So kung makikita nyo, ang dami na rin gumawa, iba-ibang brand. Actually, hindi lang bangus, meron tuyo. So nakapag-create na ng maraming products. So ito yung rendered picture ng water retort. Ito rin yung specs niya. Ang fuel pala nito is LPG. So mamaya explain ko kung bakit ganun yung ginawa ng team. So also ito yung next equipment, we have this spray dryer. So sa spray dryer naman, ito yung panggawa ng powder from food. So kung makikita nyo, yung samples dito, mostly prutas. So ginawa siya, kumbaga yung flavor niya, in-infuse dun sa powder. Pero ito, parang basic example lang to eh. Actually, may mga universities na mas creative pa talaga yung ginawa nila. Meron nga naglagay ng patis, they turn it into powder eh. And even yung bagoong. So ito yung specs ng spray dryer. So for the vacuum fryer, ito naman, it is a process of frying food. Pero nasa vacuum environment. So ang maganda dun sa vacuum environment, yung tubig natatanggal siya, pero hindi na de-destroy yung pores ng product. So kung makikita nyo dito sa sample, ito, mostly fried na fruits, pero ang ganda pa rin ng itsura niya. So meron din siyang pang spin para yung excess oil matanggal. So ang ginawa na din sa ibang regions is nag-fry din sila ng iba-ibang gulay. So ang best example dito is yung okra. So yung okrang fresh, hindi kinakain minsan ng tao kasi daw slimy. Pero pag frinay mo siya, nag-iiba nga yung itsura and nag-iiba rin yung texture. Kaya yung ibang hindi kumakain ng okra, kumakain na sila ng okra. So, ito yung vacuum fryer, ito yung specs niya. So, ito yung fourth one, yung freeze dryer. So, medyo complex yung process nito. So, ang process ito is to remove the water din. Pero hindi siya dumadaan dun sa tubig na state niya. Dahil sa sobrang baba ng pressure, lumalabas siya dun sa product in a gas state. So, sublimation process. So, kung makikita nyo, ito yung mga sikat na product na ginagawa sa freeze dryer. Ito yung sea cucumber. So, isa to sa mga famous ngayon na high value na pagkain. And then, before, hindi pa talaga ganun na ginagamit yung process na to kasi parang expensive daw. Pero kung titignan mo, pero sa ibang bansa, normally nang ginagamit yung freeze dryer to create yung fruits kasi anytime pwede mo siyang i-rehydrate tapos bumabalik yung original, yung parang state niya na nagiging fresh pa rin siya. So ito yung specs ng freeze dryer. So, yung mga technologies na to, equipment, ay yung design niya ay nasa MRDC. So we have this scheme of licensing. We have a list of companies na na-license to manufacture these technologies. So, pwedeng i-approach na lang kami doon sa booth namin para ibigay namin sa inyo para kung meron ditong malapit, kung may interested, pwede kayo magpagawa ng equipment na to. So, during the project, the team made a cost analysis. So, sabi ko nga kanina, bakit ganun kaliliit yung ginawa namin? Bakit ano siya? Yung fuel niya is LPG. So, the reason for that is, yun nga, mas mababa yung cost. Ito, compared dun sa ibang products, no, almost with the same capacity. And also, yung cost per product na de-develop mo is very much low kumpara kung gagamit ka ng mga product na galing abroad. So, opportunities dito. So, we have growing domestic market for food processing business. So, yun nga, dito lang sa Sultan Kudarat, pag umikot ka dyan sa mga booth, nakita mo talaga yung products na pwedeng i-turn into kung ano man na product na magiging successful sa market. So, increasing demand for health and convenient food products. So, yun nga, may mga tao talaga na may ano na sila sa health nila. So, medyo pinipili na lang yung kinakain nila. So we have also this growing export market. And then, maganda ngayon, di ba, sa mga nag-talk, makikita nyo naman kung ano talaga yung support na binibigay ng government. So sa threats, of course, we have the competition from imported food. Pero I do believe at kita nyo naman na unique ang mga napoproduce per region. So, hindi naman siya talaga magko-compete dun sa galing abroad. I think kaya niya yung talunin. Lack of investment in research and development. So, yesterday, nag-talk si Fisher, si Tapi. So, makikita nyo na marami naman talagang binibigay si government na assistance. Poor infrastructure, ito lang yung challenge kasi medyo watak-watak tayo. So, kung paano i-deliver yung goods na yun yung isang challenge. For sustainability, of course, kung gaganda yung ano natin for the food processing, yung mga farmers natin, tataas din yung income nila. So kung makikita nyo, di ba, sa TV, nakakalungkot na ang daming nasa spoil ng mga product. Pero isipin nyo na lang, kung yung product na yun after harvest, you turn it into, ilagay mo siya sa can or sa glass, pwede mo siyang i-consume months after. So hindi siya magsa-spoil. Ito naman, reduce food waste. So, yun na nga, as mentioned ko kanina, establish sustainable food systems. So, ensuring sustainable development and securing food and nutritional security for all. So, yun nga, may certain na nutritional value na hindi mo makikita sa isang lugar. So, the way na makapunta siya sa ibang lugar is you process it. And syempre, increase employment opportunities. So, kapag nagkaroon ng more companies sa mga regions, maraming may employ. Continuous innovation, syempre, ito yung gusto naman ng DOST, innovation. So, kapag meron ka ng mga equipment na yon, yung innovation mo, hindi yan titigil. And then, ito yung last na hindi pa gano'n na nakikita yung value niya, pero yung pag-create natin ng local talents, yun yung isa sa mga advantages kapag meron tayong mga food processing equipment na ganun kadali gamitin. So, ang tanong nga namin kapag pupunta kami ng FIC, may napag-graduate na ba yung mga equipment? So, ang sinasabi nila, madami na. So, yun naman yung nagiging proud yung team. Kaya, ayun. So, I think ito yung last slide ko. So, kung may questions kayo na may booth si MARDC doon, dito sa Sanito and si ITDI, so, medyo maswerte tayo kasi may isang part ng team which is a food tech. So, kung may concern kayo sa pag-process ng food, pwede natin tanungin yung taga-ITDI na food technologist. So, yun na po. Thank you.
Alright, thank you so much, Engineer Ulysses B. Ante. At this juncture, may I invite everyone again to please come and witness our fashion show, which will be staged later after the presentation of our guest speakers. Now, the next topic that will be tackled to us is about the Bamboo Processing and Industry Development Program. Our speaker finished his undergraduate degree in Forest Products Engineering at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Meanwhile, he spent his master's in organizational management, and he also finished his doctorate degree in educational management at Cavite State University. Currently, he is the Chief Science Research Specialist of the DOST Forest Products Research and Development Institute. Please help me welcome Dr. Loreto A. Novicio.
Hello. Ayun. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Maayong hapon. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the SOC Sergeant for celebrating the 2023 RSTW. At nagkaroon na tayo ng forum on STI for Protection and Sustainability. Congratulations po sa ating lahat. Okay, palakpakan po natin. Okay. So, I'm here to present to you. Kanina, napag-usapan natin yung kung paano gumawa ng policy o policy research. Okay? And then we also talk about artificial intelligence, about yung sa tourism, sa volcano, and then yung sa pag-asa, and then lately itong mga equipment na develop ng MIRDC. So ngayon, tatanong tayo sa kagubatan. Pag-usapan natin ang kawayan. Ano ba ang nagawa na ng aming ahensya tungkol sa kawayan? Okay? Kuya? Okay? So our institute, the Forest Product Research and Development Institute, ay matatagpuan po ito sa panan ni Mariang Makiling, sa bundok ni Mariang Makiling, sa loob ng pamantasan ng Pilipinas o UPLB, University of the Philippines, Los Baños. So kung kayo po ay magagawi sa Laguna, puntahan po nyo kami sa loob ng UPLB. Okay? So, I'm very thankful to be invited here as resource person dito sa forum na ito. Next. Okay. I'd like to introduce our institute. FPRDI is mandated to conduct research and development of wood and non-wood forest products. Ano ba yung mga non-wood forest products? So, doon sa mga estudyante, ang mga non-wood forest products, ito ay yung mga vines that ang bamboo, kasama ang bamboo sa non-wood forest products. We also transfer technologies na na-generate namin, yung mga mature technologies sa aming mga kliyente. Sino po ang aming mga kliyente o sino ang aming mga customers? Sila yung mga forest-based industries na kung saan yung mga industriya na gumagamit ng mga kahoy at non-wood forest products. And then we also provide technical services and trainings. Technical services, it includes yung mga aming mga 3 ISO accredited testing centers. Mayroon kaming testing center for furniture, testing center for pulp and paper, and we have sa plywood testing center. Okay, our mission is to generate, improve, and transfer appropriate technologies and information on efficient utilization of forest-based products to make local industries more competitive in the domestic and global markets and to benefit the general public. Our vision is a renowned leader, and center of excellence in forest product utilization, research and development, and technology transfer. Okay, ang aming ahensya po ay mayroong programa, so R&D and S&T programs. One is the flavors and fragrances from the forest products technology program. Next is human security and defense program. We have also Gubat Obra-based creative products, S&T program. And also, we have the climate change and environment S&T program. And we have basic research. And then we have technology transfer program. And today, I'll be presenting to you our bamboo processing and industry development program. Okay. So ito po yung aming forest bamboo processing and industry development program. Our goal in this program is to develop a vibrant bamboo industry based on the identified and S&T interventions in the Philippine bamboo industry roadmap. Objectives or specific objectives is to develop products and processing technologies to maximize the use of every part of bamboo. So lahat po ng part ng bamboo ay may gamit. So design and fabricate cost-effective products, machineries for efficient bamboo processing. Improve properties of bamboo products through the use of emerging technologies and transfer FPRDI technologies. Okay. Here is our roadmap. So, pinagawa tayo ng ating roadmap from 2023 to 2032. So, ultimate goal is to have a vibrant bamboo industry that will have a prosper in their technology. Okay? So, ito po yung aming mga roadmap para ma-obtain namin yung aming objective or goals. Okay? So, in line with our roadmap, so ito na po yung aming mga nagawa. We have conducted a PICARD-funded project enhancing the growth of bamboo-based enterprises in Laguna, merged in various bamboo industry players in Laguna province. It included bamboo producers, traders. So, nagkaroon po kami ng isang study wherein pinag-usapan po namin yung mga bamboo industry sa Laguna. Actually, nagkaroon po ng forum sa Santa Cruz, Laguna, wherein inatenan po ito ng mga bamboo industries at nag-form po sila ng Bamboo Industry Association ng Laguna. Next, we have Bamboo Science, Technology, and Innovation. Ito po yung binubuo natin ng buong DOST-wide, wherein kami yung lead as RDI, na ang lahat ng agencies ng DOST ay nagko-contribute para makabuo tayo ng isang programa tungkol sa bamboo. Alam niyo po ba na ngayon ay buwan ng kawayan? Ito ay dineklara sa isang executive order na ang kawayan ay may buwan din. Kung may buwan ng mga puso, ngayon po ay buwan ng mga kawayan. Okay? So mayroon po tayong collaborative project din po with China, Jiangxi Academy of Forestry, wherein tayo ay naging collaboration with them in terms of R&D, and also may plano po tayo na magkaroon ng bamboo R&D laboratory sa FPRDI po. And then we have also technology transfer activities such as press releases, Facebook or post, trainings, consultative dialogues, and technology innovations. Okay? Pag-usapan po natin ang bamboo. Agad. So, alam niyo po ba mga estudyante na ang pinakamataas na damo ay ang kawayan? It is considered as grass. Ito ay belongs to the family of Graminae. Ito ay kinonsider din as the poor man's timber. Alam niyo po nung araw, yung mga bahay natin ay gawa sa kawayan. So karamihan sa probinsya ay may bahay kubo. Okay? Can be used as round, splits, strip, veneer, and laminated at sa iba't iba pang gamit, and can easily work with hand tools and machines. So ito po, may iba't ibang uri tayo ng kawayan na ginamit na sa aming research. So ito yung mga economically important bamboo species. We have kawayan tinik, giant bamboo, bolo, anos, buho, kawayan kiling, and bayog. So ito po yung mga ginagamit natin sa mga construction materials. And next, we have also, ngayon po, pinag-aaral po namin yung mga lesser use bamboo species. So may Taiwan bamboo, variegated bamboo, and other lesser use bamboo species. Okay, ito na po yung ano natin. So nabanggit ko po kanina, so lahat ng parte po ng kawayan ay nagagamit. Simulan natin sa ugat hanggang doon sa dulo ng kawayan. Ang bamboo leaf po ay pwede natin gawing pharmaceutical products. Yung pong pole ay for construction materials. Yung sa baba o ugat ay pwede natin gawing uling. Okay? So napakamarami pong gamit ang kawayan. Okay. Nagkaroon po tayo ng Executive Order 879 of 2010 creation of the Philippine Bamboo Industry Council. Na ang sinasabi doon na 25% of the desk and other furniture requirements of the public, elementary, and high schools ay dapat ay gumamit ng kawayan. Okay? Prioritizing the use of bamboo as furniture, fixtures, and other construction requirement of government facilities. I think ang latest ngayon ay may binubuo na bill na dapat ay 5% of the MOE budget ng ating ng bawat ahensya ng gobyerno ay gamitin sa purchase ng furniture and fixtures made of bamboo. Okay. Dito po ang highlights ng initiative ng FPRDI. More on basic needs, water, shelter, wellness. We have also in energy, creative industries, human security and defense, basic processing, equipment development, and also we have environment and climate change. Okay. For bamboo foods and flavors, we have developed bamboo-based teas and liquors, for bamboo wellness, alam niyo po ba na ang bamboo ay pwedeng gawing soap? So we have a completed project funded by Picard about the development of bamboo soaps na ito po ay na-distribute na sa iba't ibang rehiyon ng bansa, and also we conducted technology demonstration on bamboo soap production. Okay, with this, we have also developed bamboo abaca hands-free disinfectant dispenser and food bath prototypes, which is also funded by Picard, na nakapag-distribute na po kami sa mga iba't ibang regions, Region 1, 4A, 5, 8, CAR, and Caraga, and NCR. And then we also study on bamboo for clean water, characterization of bamboo-based activated carbon from the following species: kawayan tinik, kawayan kiling, giant bamboo, bayog, and bolo. So, for shelter, we have developed the octagonal shape hub as primary connector, jointing system as capacity of 1.7 tons, and space frame 6 by 4 by 3 meters built for demo purposes. And we have also DIY bamboo shelter na na-develop din po. So, bamboo for energy, we have developed bamboo pellets, and we have also bamboo charcoal and bamboo charcoal briquettes. Okay? So for bamboo creative arts industry, we have developed a bamboo musical instruments. Recently po, nagkaroon ng training yung mga teachers sa paggawa ng bamboo musical instruments po. So nagpunta sila sa opisina for 3 days, and I think nakagawa sila ng mga bamboo instruments. At I think sa DepEd, they will introduce sa music, di ba? Magkakaroon na sila ng paggawa ng musical instruments from bamboo. And then we have the bamboo multifunctional furniture. We have been developing Silyang Pinoy. So ngayon po ay kami ay in cooperation with Camiguin, Apayao, and Puerto Princesa, yun po ay mga may schools doon na the beneficiaries ng project na ito. Okay, for human security, we have collaboration o MOU between DOST and DND. Magkakaroon po kami ng research on bamboo with regards to human security and defense. Okay, we have eco dryers from bamboo poles and slats. So, alam na po naman natin na ang pagtutuyo ng kawayan ay napaka-importante para maiwasan natin ang mabilis na pagkabulok ng kawayan o kaya ay makain sila ng bukbok. So, importante na makaroon ng pagtutuyo ang kawayan. And we have developed the bamboo dryer. Okay, so ito yung, kung may interesado po kayo dito, maaari po kayong magtanong sa amin sa aming booth kung paano ang capacity ng 200 poles at magkano yung magagastos. Okay? It is important also that ang ating mga kawayan ay ma-preserve using chemical methods, brushing, spraying, soaking, sap displacement. So ito po, kung makikita nyo, ito yung bamboo. Pag properly seasoned siya at properly na-preserve, ang magiging resulta ay napakagandang furniture. At kung hindi naman, ito yon, aamagin yung kawayan at ito'y madaling babulok. Okay. So for technical assistance and training and testing services, we are conducting transfer of technologies, trainings to capacitate and improve employability, testing of products to meet customer demands, technology piloting, technology business incubation, at lahat po ng mga technology transfer ay ginagawa po namin upang maabot namin ang ating mga kliyente. So, yun lamang po. At kanina pa ako sinesenyasan. hindi ko lang po mapigil yung aking pagpipresent. Maraming salamat po sa ating lahat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Novicio, for that very informative discussions on bamboo technology. As we continue our journey in the world of innovation and sustainability in textile program, this scientist will introduce us to the Ripik Mindanao and Kawayan, the Bamboo Textile Philippines. She is a chemist by profession and technology transfer officer by vocation. She received a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry degree from the University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and is thesis short from getting her MS in Chemistry from De La Salle University, Manila. She is currently the Supervising Science Research Specialist of DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute. She leads the Communication, Knowledge, and Technology Transfer Program of the agency. Please help me welcome Miss Evangeline Flor P. Manalang.
Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, everyone. So, allow me to introduce to you the Textiles PH, or Sustainable Innovations on Philippine Textiles. But before that, I'd like to share with you something about our institute. By the way, from my presentation and the next two, we will be sharing with you DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute's work. So we are under the Department of Science and Technology with focus on textiles and allied industries. So anything about textiles like fibers, yarns, fabrics, clothing, and other applications, it's covered by DOST PTRI. So the work that we do in the institute actually promotes sustainable production, sustainable materials, and also increase in productivity to help the textile and allied industries. So our office is located in Bicutan, Taguig City. So as for our mandate, we conduct research and development. Some of the things that we do are on the development of materials from abaca, pineapple, banana, bamboo, and the likes. So you will see here the different R&D programs. So we have sustainable textiles and colorants. We have smart textiles, and also works alongside creative industries. And of course, in support of the industry, we also conduct technical services or render technical services, such as processing, testing to assure quality of our raw materials and products. And we also do contract research and consultancy. And of course, the technologies that we developed, we transfer them either through training or through licensing. We also do technology business incubation and tours, information services, and the likes. So, bago po ako mag-present ng about bamboo textiles and about the Ripik, I'd like to, of course, share with you what is textile. So, let's go into Textiles 101. So, textiles, by definition, is actually made up of fibers. So, important component of textiles would be fibers. And once we have these fibers, we can make yarns, or what we call as sinulid in Filipino. And these yarns are the raw materials for fabrics, woven, and knitted fabrics. But these fibers can also be a material for non-wovens. So ano po yung non-wovens? Siyempre, hindi sila woven. They are actually the materials that are used for face masks, for diapers, and for other technical applications. And of course, if we have fabrics, then we can have textile products like apparels, shoes, and so on. So, for the next slide, we will be talking about a very special textile raw material, which is bamboo. So earlier, engineer from the FPRDI already presented the bamboo, the applications of bamboo. But for us, of course, we'll be sharing with you about bamboo textiles. So you have seen also earlier in the earlier presentation that we have different species of bamboos in the country. So we are very blessed to have a lot of species. Some of them are the laak, anos, puser, and the likes. So for PTRI, we have explored the different bamboo species for textile application. So sinulid, tela, damit, as materials for textiles. But we know that bamboos can be used for shelter, for paper, for utensils, and even food, diba? And then other tools. The core technology of PTRI is in the conversion of the raw bamboo fiber into something that is ready for textile application. So kung makikita po natin at the bottom left, you will see there the raw fiber, the treated bamboo fiber, and the fiber that is ready for spinning. So kagaya po kanina nung sinabi ko, spinning is yung paggawa po ng sinulid. So once we have this spinnable fiber, we can put it as input material to our spinning facilities. So on a larger perspective, ayan po ang itsura ng ating mga fibers. So on the leftmost side, that's the raw bamboo fiber. And then we have the treatment of bamboo fibers until we have the spinnable one. And then we can use that fiber for yarn production, for fabric production, and of course, garment. This slide is showing you the value addition of the technology that I earlier described. So in 2021, the cost of bamboo poles is 7 pesos, around 7 pesos per kilogram. If we convert it into a raw fiber, then the cost is increased to 250 pesos per kilogram. If we transform it further to spinnable fibers, the cost is about 1,200 pesos per kilogram. And if we go to the next processes, hanggang sa makarating po tayo sa tela, makikita natin na mas mataas yung halaga ng bamboo textiles compared to the raw materials. And also comparing it to other products, so at the cost of pulp is at 60 pesos per kilogram. The cost of wood panel is around 300 per kilogram. But if we convert it into spinnable textile fiber, the bamboo textile fiber is at 1,200 kilogram. And an additional advantage of bamboo is its high fiber recovery. So we can get about 35% fiber from bamboo as compared to abaca, pineapple, banana, and water hyacinth na nasa 0.5% to 2% lamang. So napakaganda talagang raw material for textiles ng bamboo. And at the same time, matatawag mo talaga siyang true bamboo. Can I have a show of hands? Sino na po nakarinig or nakakita sa mga shopping malls ng bamboo fabrics, bamboo socks, bamboo wearables, underwear, and so on? Ang tanong, totoong bamboo ba yun? Most likely, hindi. Because there are different ways of producing bamboo textiles. The first one is through the viscose process, which is very environmentally compromising. The process releases carbon disulfide. Too technical, but definitely it's very toxic to the employees, to the manufacturers of this textile. Another one is the lyocell process. Ito mas environmentally sound, but it requires higher investment cost. And for us, for DOST PTRI, our bamboo technology, the one that I shared earlier, is actually advantageous because it can be done in a community scale and it can also be scaled up. And because it's making use of mechanical chemical process, we can claim that it's really a true bamboo textile. So, of course, we do not want our R&D to be staying in the laboratories. We want to deploy them. That's why the strategy of DOST PTRI is to deploy the technology system, which includes the process, the equipment, and the know-how in creating the bamboo fibers ready for textiles. So far, we have deployed these technology in La Union, in Isabela, and in Maragondon, Cavite. So we call these facilities as the Bamboo Textile Fiber Innovation Hub. Ayan. And currently, we are still doing some field verification activities. Yung nakita nyo po na mga species kanina ng bamboo, dinadagdagan pa po namin because we want to explore other species of bamboos na hindi pa ginagamit for other applications. We want to use them for textiles. So what are the product possibilities? Actually, pwede kayo pumunta doon sa booth namin sa likod. Makikita nyo po yung different applications of bamboo. And this slide is actually showing you the application of bamboo fiber for construction. So hindi lang siya para sa kasuotan. Pwede rin siya sa shelter. And then the non-woven. So I will not discuss this in detail because the next presenter will be sharing with you one of the applications of natural textiles for non-wovens, which is for footwear. So we actually have a captive market for bamboo textiles. This is through the Republic Act 9242 or the Philippine Tropical Fabrics Law, which requires government employees, lahat po ng mga kawani ng gobyerno, kailangan po ang ating uniforme ay gawa sa Philippine Tropical Fabrics. At ang bamboo po ay isa sa mga fibers na matatawag nating Philippine Tropical Fibers. So yan pa lang po, napakalaking requirement na. And of course, we have the creative industries as one of the market for bamboo textiles. Dito po sa Soxargen, napakarami po palang mga designers. Later on, makikita nyo yung kanilang creations during the fashion show. So marami pong pwedeng gumamit ng bamboo textiles. So I'll go to the next one, which is on how to convert the fibers that I discussed into yarns. So ito po ay ang Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center or what we call as the RIPIC. So alam natin sa Pilipinas, napakarami nating fibers, abaca, banana, pineapple, cotton. And if we look at the data for Soxargen, napakarami nyo po palang hectarage, napakalawak ng hectarage ng banana, ng pineapple. And then we have also a rich culture of handloom weaving textiles here in Soxargen. So nandyan ang tinalak, ang tabi. So asan ang problema? Wala po tayong sinulid. So the reason why we're putting up the RIPIC or the Yarn Production Innovation Center is because we want to close in the gap in the supply of yarns. Ayan po. So the proposition of RIPIC, it's a microscale yarn spinning facility at a capacity of 50 kilograms of yarns in a day. So instead na bibili po tayo ng mga imported na sinulid para gawing tela at para gawing kasuotan, meron na po tayong mga facilities dito sa Pilipinas na kayang gumawa ng sinulid na yan. Unang-una pong natayo na RIPIC sa Iloilo. Actually, ito pong suot ko ay gawa sa sinulid na output ng RIPIC Iloilo. And then, meron na rin po tayong RIPIC sa Isabela, sa northern part of the country. So sila po doon, marami po tayong stakeholders dyan. We have the Isabela State University for the RIPIC in Isabela. And then lastly, we are putting up a RIPIC in Cotabato. So dito po mismo, matatayo po natin ang RIPIC. So magkakaroon na po tayo ng capability to produce yarns made up of abaca, banana, pineapple, bamboo, dito mismo sa Soxargen. Yan. So ang partner naman po natin for the fiber extraction and treatment, ang Sultan Kudarat State University. And for the spinning facility, yung paggawa po ng sinulid, ang partner po natin is the University of Southern Mindanao. And it will be located in the Cabacan. So I would like to share yung video po sana ng RIPIC. so that it can explain more kung ano yung tungkol sa RIPIC Cotabato. All right, wala pong sound, pasensya na po. So I'll just annotate. So you will see here the equipment that will be placed in RIPIC Cotabato. This is the map showing you the different locations of the RIPICs in the country. And as I have mentioned, the mission is to produce yarns that can be used to produce fabrics for our wearables and other textile applications. Ito po mga some of the materials that are created using our RIPIC yarns. Ayan. So, ganyan po yung paggawa ng sinulid. Actually, if you have an opportunity, you can visit our office to see how these yarns are created or how these yarns are made. This is the one in Iloilo. This is the one in Isabela. So later on, you will be seeing during the fashion show the different creations made using natural fibers.
Here, the anti-FIH produced raw materials are blended. In the heart of Mindanao, a transformative initiative has taken root. The Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Centers, or RIPICs. RIPICs, short for Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Centers, are heralding a new era in textile manufacturing. These centers are strategically positioned to foster regional integration and sustain the supply of yarn demands in the locale towards an industrial-scale textile production. Their primary mission? The development and catalytic production of yarns destined to become the fabric for wearables and beyond. These yarns serve as the lifeblood for handloom weavers, fashion designers, and garment industries across Mindanao. This institutional intervention also aims to introduce PTRI developed yarn innovations, finishing and dyeing technologies for possible product collaborations with the recognized textile traditions in the region. What sets RIPIC apart is their unique focus on composition, character, and construction of natural textile fibers. These centers maximize the potential of Mother Nature's gifts, turning them into exquisite yarns that are otherwise unavailable commercially. As of today, 2 RIPICs stand tall. One at the Iloilo Science and Technology University, Miagao campus, and the other at the Isabela State University, Ilagan campus. Each RIPIC can produce up to 50 kilograms of yarn per day. That translates to 270 meters of handloom woven fabrics, 1 meter wide every single day. And over a year, one RIPIC can yield a staggering 13,200 kilograms of yarn. What can we create with this abundance of yarn? The possibilities are endless. Imagine 36,000 meters of 60-inch wide fabric for 24,000 exquisite female blouses or 18,000 sharp office barongs. Now, let's turn our attention to Mindanao. First up, the Natural Textile Fiber Innovation Hub at Sultan Kudarat State University, Tacurong. Here, natural fibers like pineapple leaves, banana, abaca, bamboo, and more undergo a transformation. They are carefully treated and cottonized, ready to be blended with cotton and spun into yarns. At the University of Southern Mindanao in Cabacan, the Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center takes these raw materials to the next level. Here, the NTFIH produced raw materials are blended and spun into finished, dye-ready, and weavable yarn outputs, where innovation and tradition weave together, empowering Mindanao's textile industry and creating a brighter future. Join us on this journey of transformation. Together, we spin the threads of progress. One DOST for you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of DOST PTRI, we'd like to thank DOST 12, of course, RD Sami Malawan for giving us the opportunity to share with you the Textiles PH Sustainable Innovations. Magandang hapon po.
Thank you so much, Ms. Manalang, for enlightening us. Now, the next presenter will take us through shoes and footwears, accessories, R&D towards Omnibus Solution or the Project Zapatos. He is a science research specialist too, under the chemicals, dyes, auxiliaries, and byproduct utilization section of the Research and Development Division of DOST PTRI. He currently handles projects under Zapatos Project and the Spunlaid non-woven R&D programs of PTRI, specialized in natural fiber for footwears and sustainable polymer for textile solution. Please help me welcome Mr. Audric Zuriel C. Cruz. Sir.
Hello, mic test. Okay, so magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Maayong hapon. So lahat po, magsitaas ng kamay. Sino po ang nakasuot ng sapatos ngayon? Okay, I hope lahat naman po tayo nakasuot ng sapatos right now. So alam po natin na ang sapatos ay isang bagay na kailangan natin sa araw-araw na buhay natin. And that's why I'm here to present some of the opportunities that we have in innovating new materials and new footwear designs para sa ating mga sapatos. Okay? I'm here as part of the Sapatos program of DOST PTRI. So we'll be going on a journey of showing you what future opportunities can happen with considering footwear as a commodity that we can develop further. Okay? So right now, as of 2021, the domestic footwear market in the Philippines is worth 33 to 45 billion pesos. So napakalaki po. So kasama na po dito yung lahat ng sapatos na binibili natin mula sa ibang bansa. Ngayon po sa Pilipinas, saan ang mga centers of production natin sa Pilipinas? So narito po yung mga usual na suspects natin. So we have Marikina City, commonly known as the shoe capital of the Philippines. We also have, parang go-autoplay siya. Anyway, so we also have Liliu Laguna, kung saan nagpa-produce po ng mga sandals. And we also have new and upcoming centers of production in Cebu and right here in Mindanao, in Davao, with the construction of the Ateneo Shoe Academy. Okay. Now,
When we talked to various footwear stakeholders in the Philippines as part of the implementation of the Sapatos program, what we found out was that they needed the following. So una po lahat, ayaw na po nila mag-angkat ng materyales galing sa ibang bansa, specifically from China. They want to localize the footwear industry here in the Philippines. They also want to make sure na yung sapatos natin ay talagang magagamit natin sa araw-araw na buhay dito sa Pilipinas. Yung hindi madaling masira kapag nabasa, hindi madaling magasgas o hindi madaling mapudpod ang swelas. Pangatlo, kailangan mabilis ang pagkakagawa. Pang-apat, targeted ang lahat ng sectors ng footwear mula sa pinakamahal hanggang sa pinaka-pangmasa. Sunod, mula dun sa paggawa, sa mga innovation and production, kailangan din po sana ng development dun. And then finally, of course, we're looking towards sustainable materials and sustainable solutions for our footwear. So, therefore, we also coordinated with the Department of Trade and Industry, and using their Philippine Footwear Industry Roadmap for 2022 to 2037, we looked at various opportunities to help the footwear industry develop further. So una po sa lahat, definitely the Philippine Textile Research Institute has a focus on upgrading the technology of the footwear sector as well as innovating in terms of the new materials that can be developed. We can also actually help in securing the supply chain for our footwear para yung mga materyales ng sapatos ay magkaroon pa ng mas maraming options o mga pagpipilian na materyales. Okay. So, balik muna tayo sa tanong. Ano nga ba ang sapatos? What is a shoe? Okay? So, siguro narinig nyo na to. Pero yung paa natin, sila ang inaabusong parte ng katawan ng isang tao. Kasi dala-dala nila yung bigat ng lahat ng nasa taas niya. Okay? So, habang lumilipas ang mga taon sa isang buhay ng isang tao, mas dumadami at dumadami yung bigat na napupunta sa paa. Kaya ang nangyayari ay siya ay sumasakit. Ngayon, bakit natin kailangan ng sapatos? Kailangan ng proteksyon mula sa maraming bagay. Mula sa tubig, sa init, sa lamig, sa mechanical force, baka mabagsakan, or dun sa pagkakagasgas sa paglalakad. Kailangan din masarap siyang suotin. Kailangan din siyang makapag-prevent ng mga further na health complications down the line. And then finally, of course, this is a basic need as well. We need to feel good. We need to express ourselves while we're wearing something that we have. So, footwear has a functional purpose. So makikita natin, pwede siyang maging safety shoe. Pwede siyang maging medical shoe kung kunwari may fracture o may bali sa paa. Pwede rin siya for sports or for athletics. We can also serve an aesthetic purpose. So for example, merong mga statement sneakers, mga sikat na ngayon. Tapos, of course, we have our high heels and we have our cultural footwear, yung gumagamit ng mga handloom woven textiles. Now, maraming klase ng sapatos as illustrated by this chart right here. So mula sa mga alam natin na mga canvas shoes, mga sneakers, hanggang sa mga different kinds of boots and high heels. Now, yung mga sapatos ay kaya nating maklasify in terms of the functionality, the material, the gender, whether they're designed for male or female feet, and yung pagkakagawa sa kanya or the construction, whether they're high-heeled or let's say steel-toed kung gusto natin maging safety shoe siya. Okay. Now, we want to focus on the following chart. Okay? The blue chart is showing us kung sino-sino yung mga footwear establishments ngayon na nakatayo. Yung mga gumagawa ng sapatos. The right one shows yung value ng sapatos na ina-export ng Pilipinas. What I want you to do is to focus on the first figure that I'm highlighted here, which is that although leather shoes comprise 21% of the export value of shoes from the Philippines, They comprise 34% of footwear establishments. On the other hand, when it comes to textile shoes, 6% lang ng footwear manufacturers natin ang nakafocus sa textile-based shoes. While on the other hand, 23% ng ina-export natin ay non-leather or textile. So, dito na ngayon tayo pwede pumasok sa pag-analyze kung paano tayo pwede mag-innovate further for the shoe industry. Of course, if you are a footwear manufacturer, the first thing that you will look at is the cost. So, you would see that yung materyales na nagko-comprise ng taas na surface ng sapatos nyo is 26% of the cost. Malaki. Other parts of the shoe mula sa swela, sa mga sintas, okay? Sa swela, sa mga sintas, sa mga adhesive na ginagamit sa kanya, that's 36%. Tapos lahat ng ibang cost tulad ng kuryente, ng labor, ng marketing, that's 38%. So makikita pa lang natin that we can have cost savings for the materials part if we innovate on the materials that we're using. For the cost savings naman, para dun sa mga fixed or variable costs, that will have to come from more efficient manufacturing. Okay. Medyo nag-automatic play siya. I think okay lang yan. Okay. So, ngayon naman, ang tanong, paano natin mapapababa ang halaga ng ating paggawa ng sapatos? And the Philippine Textile Research Institute is offering one potential solution, and that is to expand our use of textiles in our footwear products. So alam naman natin, sino dito yung mahilig bumili ng mga sneakers? Okay? Okay. So alam naman natin na, for example, mahilig na ngayon, siguro kung familiar kayo sa mga Chucks, sa mga Vans, isa yan sa mga pinakasikat na klase ng sapatos na gawa sa tela, canvas. Okay? Meron rin tayo yung mga athletic shoes. Alam natin na yung athletic shoes ay typically gawa sa tela or textile. Pati na rin yung mga sinelas o yung mga bakya natin, marami sa kanila gawa sa abaka. Okay? Pati nga actually yung panglabas ng materyales, yung usually rubber, yung usually na goma, minsan pwede tayong gumamit ng textile product sa kanya. Okay. Ngayon naman, as introduced by Ma'am Bang kanina, we have the different DOST PTRI R&D programs. So ito po yung 5 ng mga program, and footwear falls under the 5th category, which is the Textile Conservation and Creative Industries program. Now, dahil po dyan, ang DOST PTRI ay nag-launch ng mga different na forays into our textile materials. So we have the natural textile fiber nonwovens for footwear applications, na kung saan, as explained kanina, meron tayong mga natural fibers, ginawa po natin siyang non-woven, at yung non-woven na to ay ginawa natin yung sa loob ng sapatos, yung swelas. Okay? So, we partnered with a company known as Creative Definitions para gumawa ng isang pineapple non-woven insole na 99.99% antimicrobial. So, hindi po namamaho ng mabilis ang paa ninyo kapag suot nyo po itong swelas na ito. Okay. So dahil dyan sa success na yan, ang DOST PTRI nag-propose po ng tinatawag na SAFATOS program. Shoes and Footwear Accessories R&D on Textile-Based Omnibus Solutions for the Philippine Shoe Industry. At ito po ay may 4 na project. Ang unang project ay tinatawag naming Step In. Napaka-clever po ng aming naming schemes. So we have the Sustainable Textiles for the Community-Based Philippine Footwear Industries. Now, ano po ito? So marami po kasi tayong tela na pinoproduce, right? So marami po tayong mga handloom weavers, marami tayong mga cottage industries, yung mga nagaganchilyo, yung mga major industries, yung mga textiles po na malalakas at very strong. Alam po natin na pwede natin silang gawing mas suitable para gamitin sa sapatos, and while at the same time, we are promoting the use of natural textile fibers for a more sustainable solution para sa footwear natin. So that's why we are partnering with fiber producing communities, weaving communities, as well as shoemaking industries para makagawa po ng mga sapatos na sustainable. Okay. So ito po yung ilan sa mga produkto na nagawa na po namin ng mga prototypes. So as you can see, makikita nyo po sa likod mamaya. You can try them on kapag yung shoe size po ninyo ay swak doon sa dinala po naming mga models. So we have sneakers, we have wedge heels, we have mga slippers, and we also have rubber shoes. So lahat po yan ay gumagamit ng mga, for example, ito pong fabric na ito, this is a pineapple cotton handloom woven fabric. Tapos po yung nasa taas po, yung mga sneakers na yan, those are using lyocell banana non-wovens. So yun po yung ating mga sapatos galing sa Project 1. Pangalawang project naman po, yung 3D warp knitting. 3D warp knitted natural textile fiber-based spacer fabrics. Ang tina-target naman po namin dito is makagawa ng bagong fabric na tinatawag na spacer fabric na kung saan ito ay breathable, compressible, at foam-like. So, yung advantage po niya is nakakahinga po siya. Okay? So dahil dyan, meron po kaming first in the Philippines, ang tinatawag naming in-shoe dynamic pressure measurement system. Naka-acquire na po kami at nasusukat niya kung gaano kalakas ang pressure sa loob ng paa natin. Gamit po ito, makakagawa tayo, makaka-engineer tayo ng mga orthotic na insole. Yung makakapatulong po sa mga tao na merong mga foot problems tulad ng flat feet. Okay. So we have the third project, which is Size PH. Ito po ay Integrated Computer-Aided System towards Sustainable Philippine Footwear Product Development, na kung saan, goal po namin na makagawa ng isang sizing system na fit po para sa mga Pinoy. Sino po yung bumibili ng sapatos, tapos alam nyo po yung size ninyo, pero kahit na sinabi nyo sa tindera na yung size ninyo ay size 9, yung size 9 nila ay hindi kasya sa inyo. Okay, so nakaano nyo po na yung mga shoe sizes ay hindi po standard. Unang-una po sa lahat, ang mga shoe sizes ay galing sa mga Western countries. Kaya hindi po siya technically kasya sa mga paa ng mga Pinoy. Dahil po dyan, i-aim po ng Sapatos Pro Project 3 na makagawa ng isang sizing system na okay para doon. At gagamit din po tayo ng Industry 4.0 or computerization para po maayos yung ating mga footwear manufacturing process. And we have the final project, which is yung flat-knitted fabrics, flat-knitted uppers for the mass customization, na kung saan makakagawa po tayo ng mas mabilis na customized na footwear gamit yung flat knitting na technology. Okay. So, customizable na nga po yung footwear, mabilis na nga siya i-manufacture, at gagamit po siya ng natural fiber yarns para makagawa ng ating mga knitted na shoe uppers. Very customizable. So, ang proposition po ng Sapatos program is we create what's called the textile footwear ecosystem, na kung saan kukuha po tayo ng mga iba't ibang sectors and we link them together para po sa paggawa ng ating footwear. Okay. So una po sa lahat, we have the natural textile fiber producers. Okay. So as discussed by Ma'am Bang, marami po tayong mga pineapple, marami rin po tayong banana dito sa Sultan. So we aim to link you up with the natural textile fiber innovation hubs para makagawa po tayo ng natural textile fibers. Next up, we have our yarn spinning, yarn producers, and fabric producers. So kung saan po, meron po tayo yung Rypic, as discussed by Ma'am Bang earlier, as well as the Handloom Weaving Innovation Centers. We have one here in Sargent sa Polomolok, South Cotabato, na kung saan, pwede po natin kunin yung expertise nila sa paggawa ng mga yarn, sa paggawa ng mga handloom woven fabrics, as well as yung mga regional fabric producers natin, yung mga malakihan. And then we have the various shoe and footwear manufacturers. Isasama po natin sila sa proseso na kung saan yung textiles na ginagawa po natin from previously ay makakagawa po ng mga makabago at sustainable na sapatos gamit yung technologies na ida-develop ng Sapatos program. And then finally, syempre po kailangan po natin ng feedback loop. Tatanggapin ba ng general public ang ating mga produkto? So kasama po dito yung mga mambabatas, tulad po ni Representative Kimbo of Marikina, na nakagawa po ng House Bill 10723, na kung saan po pinopromote po yung footwear industry. Okay, so you also have the various social media influencers na napopromote ng mga product natin. as well as yung mga trade fairs and yung mga athletes nga po natin na gumagamit lagi ng sapatos. Okay. So ano pa yung mga opportunities for SOC Sergeant na may ipapromote natin dito? As mentioned earlier, we have the NTFIH sa Sultan Kudarat State University na kung saan po pwede po tayong magdala ng mga agricultural byproducts, yung mga patapon na po, like pineapple leaves, banana pseudostems. Gagawin po natin silang hibla na magagawa pa nating fabric, yarns, and eventually footwear. Now, for yarns naman po, we have the partner in Mindanao, University of Southern Mindanao, na kung saan yung mga natural fibers ay madadala po natin to convert into fabrics. We also have the Handloom Weaving Innovation Centers here in SOC Sergeant, for example, in South Cotabato, na kung saan pwede po tayo mag-manufacture ng mga handloom woven fabrics na specialized para sa sapatos. And then finally, we have the opportunity to get these fabrics and make them into very marketable shoe products na magagamit po talaga natin. And we are very proud to be Filipino-made. So for example, ito na lang po yung last na slide ko. So we have this, yung nakikita nyo po yung sneakers na may pinya. Yan po ay binebenta na. So you can go to the website of Creative Definitions. Competitive po yung price niya sa mga Vans tsaka Chucks. And alam niyo po na yung fabric na yan ay gawa sa sustainable na pineapple fabric. Okay? Now, for any questions po, you can email us there po. And actually, I'm just going to be proud to present na yung suot ko pong sapatos right now ay product ng sapatos program. So, kita po natin that this is a non-woven-based alternative leather. Tapos po, meron po siyang accents ng bamboo, cotton na handloom woven fabric. So, ayan po yung sapatos program. So, thank you very much for the opportunity to present this to you. And mabuhay po tayong lahat. Mabuhay ang Region 12. Salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cruz. Of course, our exploration of textile program wouldn't be complete without understanding the importance of quality textile testing. Now, our last resource speaker for today's event is a Science Research Specialist 2 of DOST PTRI. She is a registered chemist. She finished her bachelor's degree in chemistry at the University of Philippines, Diliman, and completed her master's degree in integrated chemical and environmental technology at Hankyong National University, Anshong, South Korea. At present, she is the Deputy Technical Manager of DOST PTRI Chemical Testing Laboratory. Please help me welcome Ms. Sheen G. Meneses.
Hello, good afternoon po everyone. Okay, good afternoon everyone. So for this last session, I'm going to discuss about quality textile testing. So the DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute has a comprehensive program for quality textile testing. So sorry pa, meron lang pong technical difficulties. Nandito po.
Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we share in the past.
Okay, while waiting, I'd like to invite again everyone to come and witness our fashion show, which would feature the textile products of the region. It will be staged after the presentation of our guest speakers. Thank you so much.
Okay, so for this session po, I'm going to talk about quality textile testing. So the DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute has a comprehensive textile testing program to ensure the quality and safety of textiles in the Philippines. The program aims to provide reliable and accurate test results to support our local textile industry and to protect our consumers from substandard textile products. So we have 3 testing laboratories located in Bicutan, Taguig City, the Chemical Testing Laboratory, Physical Testing Laboratory, and our new Microbiological Testing Laboratory. So DOST PTRI testing laboratories are accredited by the Philippine Accreditation Bureau based on ISO IEC 17025-2017 in the fields of chemical and mechanical testing. So that means our laboratories are internationally recognized, operating under a quality management system with technically competent staff that tells us that we generate valid results acceptable internationally. So the requirements of an ISO 17025 laboratory is to use standard or validated test methods, appropriate calibrated equipment in suitable facilities and environmental conditions. So additional requirements include personal training, control of documents and records, and participation in proficiency testing programs where we compare our results with other laboratories worldwide. The Chemical Testing Laboratory has a Certificate of Authority to Operate issued by the Professional Regulation Commission of the Board of Chemistry, and PTRI is also a member of the One Lab network of laboratories composed of government and private testing laboratories, which aims to ensure that the general public, industries, and research institutions have availability and access to testing and calibration services. So PTRI is also a corporate member of the American Association of Textile Chemists and Colorists. So last year, we inaugurated or launched the DOST PTRI Medical Textile Testing Center, which fills the gap of limited local testing capability for medical grade face masks and PPEs. Because before this time, we have to send our samples abroad for testing. But now, we can do this in PTRI. PTRI also houses the first and the only geotextile testing facility in the country where we test textile materials for roads, ports, construction, and other civil projects like your coconuts and geosynthetics. So you see here are your CBR puncture testers, your UTM or universal testing machines and equipment for water permittivity and apparent opening size of geotextiles. So what are the test samples that we receive in our laboratory? We receive various kinds of samples ranging from fibers, yarns, threads, fabrics, whether it's woven, knitted fabrics, non-wovens, and garments and uniforms. We also test samples like your denims, towels, bags, sportswear, and uniforms of our uniform personnel like our PNP and Bureau of Fire and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Also, we test samples for home textiles like your beddings, curtains, carpets, and other upholsteries. We also receive samples or test samples like your technical textiles. Examples are your medical textiles, like your face masks and PPEs, geotextiles, like your coconuts and geosynthetics, and geogrids, industrial textiles like your filter cloths and fumigation sheets, textiles used in automotives, packaging, and agrotextiles. So why do we have to do textile testing? So textile testing involves the checking of your materials to determine its quality. So we conduct testing in every step of the textile manufacturing process. First, to check the suitability of your raw materials, and then to monitor your production process. Also, to assess your products, and if there are any faults, to investigate those faults, and also for product research and development. But what is the importance of textile testing to our consumers? So, in testing, we determine the compliance of products to certain specifications. Specifications are set, or these are the requirements based on the end use of your products. So it's used also to determine the care instructions on how you will wash, dry, or iron your textiles or your fabrics, to verify advertisements or claims, and to determine if cost relates to quality. So here's the list of the common textile testing that we do in the laboratories. And we're just going to briefly walk through these common tests. So the first test that I'm going to discuss is the fiber identification and composition. Fiber identification means we identify what fibers are present in your textiles or in your samples, while composition means that we are going to quantify or determine the amount of the fibers present in terms of percentage by mass. So here are the examples. So through testing, we can determine whether a sample is 80% cotton and 20% abaca or 75% cotton and 25% pineapple. So what are the common fibers that we know? So first is the natural fibers. We have cotton, abaca, pineapple, and linen, which are plant-based. And we also have silk and wool, which are animal-based. And we also have the mineral fiber, or your asbestos. Next are your man-made or synthetic fibers, like your rayon and acetate, which are processed from plants or wood. And your polyester, the common fiber, man-made fiber, from petroleum. We also have nylon, glass, and carbon. So one way to identify fibers is through microscopical methods. Here, we show the longitudinal and the cross-sectional views of our fibers. So common have here is the cotton with a ribbon-like longitudinal view and a bin-shaped cross-sectional view. While for polyester, we have uniform round cross-sectional view and a uniform rod-like longitudinal view. So, in this slide, we also show the natural fiber cross-sections of our Philippine natural fibers like pineapple, abaca, silk, banana, and bamboo. So, DOST PTRI is capable of identifying and quantifying our Philippine natural fibers. We can also identify rami and linen. Another way to identify fibers is through solubility test, where we use different solvents like your acids, hypochlorite, and sodium hydroxide. So for example, our cellulosic fibers like cotton, abaca, and pineapple would be soluble in 70% sulfuric acid, while rayon would be soluble in 59.5% sulfuric acid. Our silk naman is soluble in bleach or sodium hypochlorite. For fiber composition, we do different techniques like your mechanical separation, chemical separation, and the point counting technique. So for our PTF, or the natural fibers blended with cotton, we use the third method. Another important test for fabrics is your color fastness test. So in this test, we determine the resistance of the material to change its color or fading, or to transfer its colorants or staining after exposure to different conditions. So we have a color fastness to laundering, where we simulate home laundering or washing, where we use our standard laundrometers. We also have the color fastness to perspiration, where we simulate sweat and the temperature of your body. And we have color fastness to hot pressing, where we simulate ironing, or yung pagplansya po ng damit. And color fastness to light, where we test whether the color fades after exposure to light and weathering conditions. So after the test, we evaluate its color change and staining in a standard light cabinet, where grade 1 means there's much change in color or much fading, and there's heavily stained material or considerable heavy staining. And grade 5 means no change or negligible staining. So the results for color fastness test can be used in establishing our care labeling system, in which we will know how to wash and how to dry and iron our garments or fabrics. So another test is for water repellency, spray test, water resistance, where we test whether the water will penetrate in your fabric, And for the characterization of your fibers, we have the types of weave, types of knits, like your jersey, rib, interlock, fleece, French, and piqué. So the difference between woven and knits is that for woven, we have two types of yarns that are interlaced, the warp and weft yarns, while in knits, we have the interlooping of a continuous yarn. So another one is the fabric count, which gives the closeness of yarns and threads, and also for knitted, gives the number of loops per unit length. We also have the yarn number, which gives you the coarseness or fineness of the yarn, the thickness, and the fabric weight in terms of grams per square meters. So we also have performance tests like your dimensional change. It tests whether your fabric or your garment will change its size or will shrink or elongate after washing. So it's expressed in percentage of initial dimension of the specimen. So we also use standard washing machines for this tests. We also have different tests for the determining of the strength of your fabrics, like your breaking strength using your UTM or the Universal Testing Machine, the bursting strength, which is used for your knitted fabrics. Here, the stress is applied in all directions. The seam break strength, which tests the strength of the seams in your woven fabrics, and the tearing strength. So another performance test is your peeling strength or the resistance of your fabrics in the formation of peels or yung paghimol-mol ng ating mga tela. So the results would be in terms of rating, 5 being no peeling and 1 being very severe peeling. Okay, so to know how to avail our testing services, you may visit our website and you can also inquire in our email address. Thank you very much for listening.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. There you have it for today's event. At this juncture, we are going to award the plaques of recognition. To award the plaques of recognition, may I call on the DOST 12 Regional Director, Engineer Sammy P. Malawan. Together with him is the Assistant Regional Director for Technical Services Division of the DOST 12, Engineer Normina P. Pam, as well as Sir Lucas Wahid, the DOST 12's Assistant Regional Director for Administrative and Finance Division. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Science and Technology, Regional Office 12. This plaque of appreciation is presented to Engineer Keith Ann E. Cabello, the Science Research Specialist 1 of the DOST, Philippine Council for Industry, Energy and Emerging Technology Research and Development. In heartfelt gratitude for her unwavering support and in profound recognition of her exceptional contribution as resource speaker on the topic, a link-up of geomatics and social science research for the development of smart cities, or Lungsod project, during the 2023 Soxergen Regional Science Technology and Innovation Week celebration with the theme, Siyensya, Teknolohiya at Inobasyon, Kabalikat sa Matatag, Maginhawa at Panatag na Kinabukasan, on September 13 to 15, 2023 at Sultan Kudarat Gym and Cultural Center, Isulan, Sultan Kudarat. Given this 14th day of September 2023 in Isulan, Sultan Kudarat, Philippines. Signed by Sammy P. Malawan, the DOST Regional Director. Same plaque of appreciation is given to Ina Patricia M. Aquino. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Sir Anthony Joseph R. Lucero. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Engineer Mervin B. Horospe. Same plaque of appreciation is given to Engineer Alvin M. Buison. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Engineer Ulysses B. Ante. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Dr. Loreto A. Novicio. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Ma'am Evangeline Flor P. Manalang. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Audrey Zoriel C. Cruz. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Shine G. Meneses. At this point, we are going to give the plaque of appreciation to our supportive partners. This plaque of appreciation is given to Dr. Francisco Hill and Garcia. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Engineer Ali K. Dilangalen. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Honorable Jonalet E. De Pedro. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Engineer Baby R. Lim. The same plaque of appreciation is awarded to Professor Arlene A. Mandas. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Girly S. Elvenia. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Nora A. Alabat. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Elmer Europa. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Manolito B. Sala. The same plaque of appreciation is given to Maria Eleanor R. Corpus. Thank you so much, Sir RD and Sir Lucas. Same plaque of appreciation is presented to Brian E. Abiquilan, the Regional Director of the Philippine Information Agency. Thank you so much, Engineer Sammy and Sir Lucas. And that is all for today. My name is Aubrey.
And I am Hussein.
Together, we can weave the narrative of a future full of limitless possibilities through the threads of science, technology, and innovation. And now, let's witness the fashion show featuring the innovative textiles and local designs spearheaded by the DOST 12 in partnership with the DOST PTRI